last week, fam. We got 2 last week, fam.
What?
We actually been posting
We
videos
live,
out here.
nigga. We live.
Oh,
Hey,
Yeah, we live in this bitch.
my goggles.
dirty ass boy. What's up, everybody? We live in this motherfucker. What's good? Here with the gang. Here to discuss One Piece chapter 926. You know how we does it. Real quick before we even get started on the chapter, before we get started on the chapter, unpopular opinion: Kong is admiral level.
Wait, who?
Kong is admiral level. Unpopular
That's
opinion.
beyond. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
beyond.
Of
Why
course.
is that-
Wait, hold on, wait.
Man,
That's
why
common
am I the
knowledge,
only
fam.
one in the dark that
That is
does that
common
know?
knowledge.
Like,
What are you talking
Yeah,
about,
who,
bro?
like no one cares. Fuck Kong.
Bro,
Like
hey, bro,
we ain't see that nigga do nothing.
nobody
Nothing.
blessed for no reason.
Yeah, but
Like,
that
oh-
nigga beyond that shit. What the fuck?
He probably is.
What-
Tyrant. I was just
all
like,
you
I was lowballing.
is Akainu. Why I give a fuck about Kong?
He grabbed Hinata.
Hey,
Oh, this
hey,
bitch
just
ass
so y'all
nigga.
niggas know, if a Kainu's around and your favorite character's around, he's putting a hole in that nigga's chest.
Oh my god, bro, leave, leave with that, fam. Let's get
Don't tell me, tell all these Ace fanboys.
We don't own that right now.
Ain't
fam.
nobody.
no.
You already know. Super Cool was on my neck because I said Ace was trash. Like
He's mad because I said fuck Ace.
I told him, I was just like, we pretty much all we saw was him get bodied by Blackbeard, and then was in handcuffs the entire time.
I
and
mean,
that's
we
pretty
all
much
know
we
Sabo
saw.
over Ace.
Hey, y'all want to? I saw a very interesting tweet today. Somebody tweeted and said, so the nigga broke into jail, basically broke into Fort Knox, went to fucking war. Half your quote unquote family is killed, and you turn back around and get a fist of love through the chest.
Yeah.
Fucked up. Fuck you, Ace. Fuck Ace. Anyway.
Why you got so much hate for Ace, motherfucker?
This
Nah,
boy
I mean,
Virgo
I
hates
just
Ace.
I don't get the Ace love. Is all I'm saying. Like I don't understand what you saw in Ace to be like.
Ace was that
I fuck
nigga.
with that
What
nigga.
the fuck? What you mean,
Nah,
nigga?
there was nothing I saw from Ace that made me go, "Ooh, that's a real nigga." Nah.
Yeah. I went, ooh, that nigga's dumb.
Yeah, I said that a lot. Yeah.
Like he
I mean, when he blew up them fodder ships, that was pretty cool. And he was using his devil fruit to
I mean,
keep his
I
ship up.
was way more hyped when
thing that
Luffy
what you
kicked
call it
the
did too was
ship in half.
fucking blow. Hold up, when Mihawk did the same shit, niggas was like, oh, ooh, rah, he did the same shit, but that was fodder shit.
Yeah, nah. Listen, nah.
It's pretty cool.
There wasn't no fodder ships, motherfucker. It was Don
Nigga, that was
Krieg.
fodder ships.
It was Don
Fuck
Krieg.
Don
It was
Krieg is
Don
fodder.
Krieg, nigga. He was ruling all of East Blue. Fuck you mean?
Nigga, because East Blue was weak as fuck.
Fuck you mean? This not no weak nigga, okay?
He is a weak nigga.
He had the troops, bro. We not finna do that.
Troops of what? Fodder?
He had the troops of niggas to control the whole Blue.
Yeah, it sounds like a troop of fodder.
Hey, well, okay.
Hey, they
so
did go
if-
Super
so-
Saiyan when
so
they ate
how
that
come
food, though. That is true.
If Don Krieg is fodder for owning all of East Blue, is the nigga that Blackbeard recruited fodder because he controlled all of North Blue?
The North Blue is the strongest blue.
Yeah, no, that's where Vince Smoke's from, nigga. What the fuck you talking about?
I mean, the Vince smokes are whack, so.
Yeah,
No,
thank
watch your
you,
mouth, bitch.
thank you,
Watch your
thank
mouth,
you,
bitch.
thank you.
I mean, everybody
that's
not
where the
DJ,
real
like-
goats Kizaru and Akainu are from.
Who gives a fuck about Kizaru and Akainu?
What is your problem today?
I don't have a problem. I'm having a good day, actually.
No,
Like,
nigga, you on that bitch shit.
Came with a whole switch up your ass.
His day going a
I'm
little too
being
good.
dead ass.
Someone stepped on his Timbs.
Bro, every person that we've named so far in
Nasty
this
Tim.
here
They
said,
don't want
fuck
us,
him, fuck him, fuck him. Who do you like
Well, yeah,
besides Top?
Okay, I like Jinbei. Jinbei a real ass nigga.
Jinbei got a hole in his
Jinbei.
chest.
Who else?
So Jinbei
Let's see.
real, and he fought Ace, but you don't fuck with Ace. And it was-
Nah, I do not fuck with Ace. No,
Ooh.
okay,
I
that
do
makes
not fuck
sense.
with Ace because he was getting his butt took
Wow.
for like 2 years. That's why.
What?
How did you
I
take
mean,
it there?
Whitebeard did put tramp stamps on.
Come
all
on,
his
come on. He was
niggas
sneaking
that
into that
fuck
nigga's
with.
room. He was sneaking into that nigga.
no.
He was sneaking into that nigga room at night. Come on now.
Wait, Ace
Oh,
was
they
going
was
to his
showing it
room.
to
Wait,
you.
hold on. Ace was the one trying
That's
to
what I'm saying. Ace was sneaking into Whitebeard room at night. Come on now.
kill him, nigga.
No, hold on, man.
Take it away, context, right?
Kill that butt. That's what he was gonna do.
Yeah, okay.
He'd be like, Daddy, how are you doing today?
Oh.
Yeah. So Jinbei. Who else?
You want some faux soup?
Magellan.
Faux
I
soup.
fuck with.
That's Tyler.
Hey, Tyler, mute yourself when you do that, bro.
Kuma, I fuck with Sabo. Yeah, I mean, there's a Caesar.
All right, actually, hey. So
You say
I
Caesar,
don't give a
the
fuck.
fuck?
All right, let's talk about the chapter.
Wait, hold on. Caesar over Ace?
Oh hell yeah! I don't
This
give a
nigga, wait.
Hell yeah! Caesar, listen. Caesar was taking Yonko money and spending it on
love
bitches.
child murder?
Nigga, that's some real nigga shit, bro. That
You
shit
love
is,
a child murderer
listen, Caesar was popping bottles with bitches on a Yonko.
and
That's
murder
fire.
children.
What? Fuck them children, nigga.
This nigga terrible.
Oh
Really?
no!
Children, nigga.
Hell no, not the
Really?
children.
The stream just started, B.
Not the children.
Children. Fuck them. You think I give a fuck about some fake ass giant children? They got saved anyway. Who cared?
Okay, nigga.
Children is
He
children.
low key right.
Don't agree with this nigga. Don't ever agree with this nigga.
In facts, you just mad.
Whatever. Hey, chapter 926. I don't really want to give a damn about the cover page. Doesn't really mean too much. I guess it's cool. Like Chopper finally learned how to do something good, practicing with a real doctor.
Oh,
I was gonna say that's crazy.
We're not gonna talk shit about Chopper, bro. That's not happening.
I was gonna say that was
Fuck
crazy off the
Mhm.
conversation.
Yo,
Me and
Chopper's
Bob
Chopper's
having
Beaver-
all your
on
stream
Heroes
last
of
week.
Beaver
Fuck
Card,
that
Chopper's
nigga
been
Jordan for
studying
liking that nigga
medicine
too.
for 6 years.
Jordan, you like Chopper? You like that nigga that's an outcast to his own family?
Yes, Chopper. Yes, listen, Chopper is the same as
Pussy ass
character in One
Bruno
Piece.
reindeer
Yes,
that got
Chopper,
loaded by a
Chopper, yes,
branch?
Chopper's a goat. Yes, Chopper's a goat. Yes, he's a goat.
How is he the goat?
I thought that shit was
The
crazy.
same goat that fatally poisoned his mentor?
Mm-hmm. The same way I like a captain that
Actually, I think Chopper's a reindeer, not a
Chris Crew's
goat.
life. The same way I like Chopper. The same way
I'm
y'all
sorry.
like to do that.
I'm sorry. Run that back.
I'm gonna say it again. The same way y'all like to do that risks his crew's life habitually. The same way I like Chopper.
Risk his crew, like motherfucker. They going on in an adventure. Like, what don't you understand about that?
He's saying he risked
They
his
had a Bijou bomb thrown at them.
crew.
Okay, let's say this again. So you say y'all crew is cool if y'all crew, first crew to have a Bijou bomb
Don't
thrown at
even-
them. That's cool.
What are you talking about? Like, say it in English.
Say it again.
I can't say it, nigga. He's struggling right now. Hold on, give him time.
I don't know why
Say it
you're
again.
describing it like
Is
that.
it
Tell me
is
why.
it okay? Okay, is it okay for the crew or whatever part of the crew was there to have a Bijou bomb or a Kaido blast? Throw it, just shot at them. That's cool to y'all, right? That's okay to y'all. That's fine.
No.
They,
You know,
listen, they
hold on,
doing
let me-
it
let me-
because
let me
they
answer
want the
this.
smoke. They
If
trying
Luffy
to
would
be
have never
rapists.
left that mountain, that Bijou bomb still would have been thrown at him because of what Hawkins said.
Facts.
Hey.
Either way.
Because of who? They captain. Hey, his name.
Listen,
Because
they wanted smoke, and this is
Because
because of
Hawkins-
what
Hawkins
Law
said
did
that
with
They
his.
picked the fight with Kaido.
If we being real, this is mostly because Law thought he was just going. He wanted to press Doflamingo because of the relationship he had with Doflamingo, and that
Oh,
that
it's Law's
fucked over the
fault.
shit
It's
with
Law's fault.
Kaido. And come on, whose idea was it?
Whose name was said? Straw
Whose
Hat said
idea?
Luffy.
No.
Luffy, hey.
Whose idea was it?
You don't remember the whole idea. That's about the why, the reasoning. The reasoning is Luffy.
The reason,
Luffy's the key. Luffy's the key.
because
Luffy's the
Law
key.
whispered in this nigga Luffy ear, and now here we are.
So he's
That's
just
the
whispering sweet
reason.
nothings now, nigga. Really?
I mean-
nigga Law cut.
Is that what we really gonna say?
Listen, if Law wasn't there, what most likely would have happened is we would have been bumblefucking throughout the new world, just fighting everybody until we ran into a Yonko eventually.
No, they would have ran to you. First of all, you know what would have happened if they didn't detour at Dressrosa? Nigga, he would have got bodied by Big Mom eventually because she would have caught up to that nigga.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah, that nigga would have been done.
clearly that was not happening.
No, clearly that would have. Hold on.
Who she would have sent after these niggas? Cracker?
Hold on. Well, Cracker, hold on. Cracker or Katakuri, hold on. So you trying to tell me if he linked up with Cracker or Katakuri before he dealt with Doflamingo and shit, nigga? Oh, that's when the Straw Hats is all good and great.
He had Gear 4 at that
Or
time, and
the
he
entire
had Snake Man
enraged
at that
army.
time.
Hold on,
Yeah.
the entire enraged army. All the niggas
He
getting
had
jitsu, nigga.
Snake
I might
Man
have to agree with
and Down
Tyron on
Man
this one.
at that moment. I'm not saying we don't know. All I'm saying is that he had the arsenal to deal with these niggas at that time. He did.
Nah. Definitely.
If Cracker
Hold on, here's the
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
too. Wait, here's the thing though. Wait, here's the thing though. Wait, here's the problem with that.
They're getting
The
lost.
Straw Hats don't know nothing about the New World. Big Mom does. All right, she
Yeah, very
could have
good.
ambushed that nigga any time, and they would have been fucked.
True.
Who is she sending? That's what I want to know. Who and how many?
Vince most one. Hold on. Here's the thing. First off,
Because that to me is what is
hold on.
important. If she's sending a Sparrow, even a Smoothie, the fuck out of here. Like that's not happening.
Jinbei was with him. Hold on, wait. Realize Jinbei. Hold on. Without Jinbei there, hold on. Without Jinbei there, they're not surviving Smoothie.
And Jinbei's a crux in this whole argument too. If Jinbei hear that Big Mom is moving niggas to go after Luffy, you think Jinbei not gonna roll with the niggas that are going after
But guess
Luffy?
what? But he had left. Hold on. But he had left Luffy. But hold on, you're forgetting this though.
Yeah,
When
but
Luffy
if
had
you on
left,
Big Mom Island, right? My fault. Go ahead.
nigga, the moment that's all that's done with and shit. The moment he leaves Fishman Island, means Jinbei still back there, or is he headed off the fucking Big Mom, whatever the fuck he was doing and shit, right? And the Straw Hats are now on their little merry little way. That means that Jinbei's not there to protect Luffy. So Big Mom, who knows the fucking New World like the back of her hand, can send her fucking generals and her damn fucking Rage Army.
I don't know about the New World. Hold on. What are we talking about? Jinbei protecting Luffy?
Assume like she would have did the same shit she did like this time. Like even if Luffy didn't link up with Law and all that, she still probably would have used the Vince Smoke to do what she did.
That's another factor. You see how many resources Big Mom has to fuck up the Straw Hats?
But we have seen her crew and what half the crew did to her crew. I'm telling, if they rolled up on the full Straw Hats,
they get folded.
Oh yeah, if Zoro was there,
but you're forgetting that. Hold on.
Depending on who she sent and how many niggas she sent,
they would got faded still.
They had assistance. Hold on, wait. I'm about to stop there. Hold on, wait. You're forgetting. The Straw Hats. Hold on, wait. The Straw Hats couldn't do that without the assistance of her own kids fucking working against her and shit.
Hold on, wait. What time?
Don't forget that.
If you forget, even with all the assistance, all the help, they were literally a lucky bomb away from getting faded. They were all
exactly.
Faded.
Luffy got captured. Hold on, they got captured. It was game over. If Jinbei don't say they was dead.
If Luffy
after he already faded the commander, and that's what after he pretty much.
Jinbei don't show up. Hold on. Jinbei don't show up. Hold on. Answer this question. Jinbei don't show up to fucking let Luffy and fucking Nami out of the jail and shit. What happened?
Luffy tears his arms off and still kicks their ass.
No.
Inside of a cage, you can't get out.
You're talking about a situation after he had just fucked up a commander.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Hold on, let me finish.
I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking
about.
Hold on,
just let me finish. Just let me finish. We're talking about a situation where this motherfucker, after he faded a commander, right? It's just him and Nami. He faded a commander.
Barely.
He pretty much close to almost obliterated that enraged army minus a few key niggas, right?
All right, let's be honest here,
about it and a few key niggas. You're talking about these if those same people rolled up on the entire Straw Hats, that they would get.
No,
it's not just them.
Wait, no. It's talking about what I'm saying. I'm clarifying. At top of the chateau, at the tea party, if the whole crew is there, nothing changes. They are getting faded unless the bomb goes off. They're dead.
Okay, but you're talking about Big Mom sending niggas after them.
Okay,
we already know. Hold on. Wait, Eric. We already know what her mindset was when Luffy was on her island, who she sent after him first. So why I'm not crazy to assume if he never went to Dressrosa and all of that and didn't meet Law and all that, and Big Mom set this nigga up, she would have sent most likely Cracker and all of these other fighters, maybe the Enraged Army and Cracker.
Okay,
okay. The entire crew, the
Enraged Army and Cracker was all it took, right?
Hold on. Here's the thing, though. Here's what he's forgetting. Wait. Here's what he's forgetting. You said the whole crew, right? Remember, the issue for Sanji was also ordered at that time, too, and shit, right? So that means the Vince Smokes are coming, and more than likely, shit, if Luffy don't surrender, she's sending two commanders there and the Enraged Army. They are fucked and component them. This
is what I'm asking, right? Because I'm saying, like, overall, like, if they never met Law, she most likely still would have did the whole Vince Smoke route where she tried to manipulate and take Sanji out of the crew, and that would have fucked up everything and made him a subordinate. Like, I don't even think she would have sent niggas after them.
Here's the thing, though. She wouldn't go to Dressrosa because of, guess what? Dressrosa is ultimately...
She didn't go to Dressrosa.
No, here's the thing, though. No, here's what I'm saying. Going to Dressrosa and linking up with Law there ultimately saved them and shit. You know why? Because fucking with Doflamingo is, guess who you also fucking with? Kaido. Yeah.
That is true. But there's no like it.
Wait, no, that's not what happened because Big Mom was about to show up on Dressrosa anyway, but the other strides went away.
No, she was hold on. She was headed, but guess what though? But ultimately, she was chasing them out in the sea. They call that's because she saw them out in the middle of the sea.
Yeah.
That was because she was sending. She didn't know that.
Yeah, but
Luffy
when they were about to, because like Sanji and them were about to come back in order to fight Doflamingo, but then when Big Mom showed up, they're like, don't bring a Yonko to Dressrosa. That'd be bad for what we're doing right now.
But you're forgetting the order. But they didn't. But she didn't purposely go to Dressrosa.
She didn't purposely go to Dressrosa, she didn't know but she had no problems going there.
Okay, but that's one little ship though. That's not. We're talking about if she was dead set serious, right? You're talking about one.
Yeah,
one
I'm just saying, Luffy them being at Dressrosa didn't save them from Big Mom at all.
It did. No, hold on. Think of it. One little ship. Hold on. One ship with no real with no real of her people there on the ship. The Straw Hats can survive that. I mean, she just that's just like a scout ship that's out there and about. I'm talking about that if Big Mom, let's say Luffy and them never goes out there, right? That scout ship goes out there, okay? Then that scout ship. Oh, Big Mom, guess what? Luffy and them out here. Oh, bet straight up. Okay, the rest of y'all niggas go out and get them.
That's like emblematic. First of all, this whole situation, like this whole thing for me is very situational, right? But I'm saying like the way, like what we have seen, how she dealt with the Straw Hats when they were dealing up alone, when she had beef with these niggas, like that's emblematic of how low she thought of Luffy. She sent Tamago and fucking
Peckhams.
That wasn't for Luffy. They was already. Hold on. I got something right there. They weren't there. Wait. First and foremost, that's where you're wrong. She didn't send Tamago and Peckhams for Luffy and shit. They was already headed there to collect.
They're picking up their normal shipment of candy.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, you're forgetting that wasn't for Luffy and them.
I'm talking about when they went to Dressrosa.
I mean, Capone was there too, so
yeah,
he was supposed to carry.
Tamago and Capone.
Capone could probably done something, but I don't know about
What you mean, Big Father?
Yeah, Capone is the head of defense.
Stop it.
Capone could have at least tried.
Look.
I mean, if it was just Tamago.
Hey, Luffy ain't damaging. Hold
on. After she said Tamago,
hold on.
Luffy ain't destroying Big Father like Big Mom did.
Rein it in. All right, boys. We got way off topic.
Right, we did. Yeah, we went off topic. We did. Let's talk about that.
That was a good talk.
It was. Hold on, but let's get back on topic. Y'all do realize that even though Luffy and Kid is getting strong off the muscle, they ain't really doing much at the end of the day because they can't train their hockey.
They're training their Conqueror's hockey. What you talking about?
They just use Conqueror's
No, they're not.
Them training their will by doing what they're doing. That's pseudo training their Conqueror's hockey.
No. Hockey blooms from intense situations. They just working right now.
Situation.
No, it's not.
Man,
they are just they are doing a 9 to 5 right now. They are doing a 9 to 5 without getting paid.
They already have honchos in there,
bro.
Like they legitimately can only do base.
I'm just saying, people acting like this many times. They just chilling in there.
And didn't they knock out Hippo Man with Conqueror's hockey?
We fought him.
No, they just beat it up.
They punched him. No, he ate them.
Yeah.
No, he ate them, and then they beat him up from the inside and got out.
Oh no, I think what he's referring to is when they were
get away.
I mean, like I think what we can take away,
and thinking that he knocked those guys out with
that's what the spoilers said. No, the spoilers have said that. But when we saw, when we actually saw the chapter, we saw no sign of Conqueror hockey whatsoever.
I mean, like I feel like what we can take away from what we saw from Kid and Luffy is like one, like both of them motherfucking niggas' bodies is weird, right? Like we thought, like when Luffy would get fat and then slowly just slim down or quickly just slim down like that. I thought that was just some rubber shit with Luffy and that's him, but that's clearly not the case.
Oh wait. Hey, so you brought up my point I was gonna bring up about that. Now I got a theory out here. I'm talking about like I think that the whole thing. I think Oda has kind of illustrated us the whole time another aspect of Conqueror's hockey, and that's the recovery rate. If you notice this chapter,
Kimadori
on board with that.
Kimadori did this shit too, and he's
think about it. The people that's known to eat ridiculous amounts of food and like just or whatever substance it is of their desire, right? They are also tied to Conqueror's hockey.
You can't just be like people who are gluttons and have King's hockey.
No, but let's say the people. No, hold on. We seen like fodder villains or whatever right there who had the same problem. But the people that Oda like to highlight, right? The people that he's telling you like, yo, these are the real people in the world of One Piece. They're similar to Luffy. and these
I
same people
mean,
also
I
have
wouldn't say
Conqueror's
about-
Haki.
That
I
doesn't
mean,
make
just
sense.
having a
Big
Usopp
Mom
with
is
a time
Big Mom
skip.
is always fight. Is
I'm
always
saying
fat.
Boa. I
Like,
remember said Boa has
Big Mom is
Boa
always
I
fat.
heard like good, a good. Like Boa just out here. She ain't out here like eating a
No,
whole
she
buffet.
does
like
eat a
that.
lot. No, she does eat a lot. Every
but
time she
we've
orders that
never
food,
seen
whatever,
we've
that's
never seen her eat so much
I'm
and
saying.
be fat and then like 10
saying,
seconds later be skinny. We've never seen her
I
like
swear that happened to
like
Usopp.
Luffy. We've seen Usopp is similar. In, well, yeah, no, Usopp, but it took Usopp a little while. He didn't just run a mile and fucking shed all of that fat.
This gave me Impel Down flashbacks when Luffy came out when he was fat and then he just went skinny again.
I mean, we saw that shit in the Whole Cake Island. Like he ate through Katakuri's mochi, ran, and then came back and he was skinny.
Yeah.
But Tyron does have a point with like not even just the way they lose weight, but how fast they heal.
Okay,
Yeah, the recovery
Like,
rate.
for
It's not
me-
just
Yeah,
that.
no, but that I feel like that weight shit is weird because like Kimadori from Enies Lobby, like
That was the
repeatedly
life
did
return
that
most.
shit. Oh, yeah, but that shit is crazy. Like
That
you
the
know what I'm
life
saying?
return thing, the life return is different though, because Lucci did it as well. And
Yeah, that's a
he made his
technique.
leopard
I'm talking
form.
about. Yeah, that's a technique. I'm talking about the people that have conquered. Like think about this, right? Their will is making them. They're willing themselves back to the fight.
So you're saying they're willing themselves back to skinniness?
Yes, they're so driven on the task at hand or whatever it is that they're focused on that their body literally their hockey kicks in and makes them get to a point kind of like a Suedo. What's that shit called?
I don't know if it's hockey because he's done it before. Time
Like
skip.
gate
That's
second, like a
that's
second
how
gate.
that's how Luffy was able to overcome Katakuri. That's how I view it. Like it was just.
I mean,
his
we all
confidence
know
was
Luffy
better
always
than
does.
Cap's.
That's something Luffy always. That's something he always does. It's like it's not new for Luffy. Like ain't nothing
Yeah, I
new
don't feel like
for
that's
this man.
connected to
Yeah.
Conquer's
Yeah.
hockey because he's
Yeah,
done
that-
this shit pre-time skip.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say.
But
Like,
that's when he was
it's
highlighted,
definitely
though.
there, but I wouldn't say it's tied to King's hockey. It's
Even
something else.
with that, I'm still on board with what he's saying about the recovery rate.
No, the
I
recovery
mean, like the way Kumadori described that shit is crazy. He said all
Alright,
the
then,
I'm
but
the
seas,
same way.
listen, listen, that's fine, but then, but
Hold
it's
on,
but I like
and
it
at
then.
the
I'm
mountain-
sorry.
at the sea for 1,000 years and at the mountains for 1,000 years, breathing the wind and drinking pure water. He passed the training of ascending. He gained the life return. You are able to, from the hair on their head to their intestines, their toes, even to the most minute, penetrate their senses and stretch their limits, making it possible to control every part of their bodies.
I know, right?
Like that. Like that sound like some crazy like type of hockey shit. Like you know what I'm saying? Like stretching them to their limits, making it possible to control every part of their bodies. Like stretching your limits to sense all of the shit around you. That's the basic tenets of observation.
Mm-hmm.
Willing shit to the forefront. That's the basic tenets of ornament. So like that must be some weird shit. I feel like there's more to that than
I'm just
that
saying.
initial.
If you say it's covered, then you can argue. Then people gonna argue. Start arguing. Sanji has conquered hockey. Then because Sanji has the best recovery rate in the whole crew.
Yeah, and Zoro's
Low
recovery
key.
rate is ass. It takes him like 9 arcs to recover from a single injury.
I don't disagree with that.
And then the nigga walks to a fridge and then eats all the food and then goes from fat to super skinny, then goes back to normal, then goes back to fat and then skinny, then normal. Then like
I think
keeps
that's just like
doing
a
that shit.
gimmick.
Nah. That
Yo, he got some
we've
Machochi
seen
pills,
two-
man. Leave him
now
alone.
the fact that we've seen him do that, then Luffy, and then now Kid, like I don't think that's just some crazy kooky out of nowhere shit.
I mean, it doesn't make sense, but there's also like a lot of gimmicks in One Piece where same with that milk bullshit too. So what are you gonna say now that his digestive system has like Conqueror's hockey or
I
something?
mean, I don't know about that milk shit. I can't defend that.
Yeah, that shit was kind of just funny.
That milk shit, bro.
I can't defend that.
Milk
But
has
like
a lot
this
of
is
vitamin D.
but this
Vitamin D
is
good for
something
bones.
that like this is a pattern. I feel like if I see two other characters drink fucking milk and grow their bones back, fine. Any other character besides Brooke, because Brooke is obviously bones. So
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Very interesting though. I like that. But moving on. Talk about all these samurai that followed the Kozuki clan.
and how Usopp was slipping shit into their pockets. That's right.
Exactly. Usopp's
Wait.
a bitch.
So y'all think that? Wait. So y'all think that
he
the
said this is
murder?
Wano samurai, motherfucking, and y'all tell me Usopp tries, but he sliding shit into the pockets of these crazy ass samurai. I ain't saying nothing. I'm just saying.
I mean, it sounded like you slapping, but
I'm not saying nothing. I'm just saying.
No, pick
The
one.
real question
Bruh.
is, y'all think the Kamuzu, the manslayer guy, is one of the three people that they
Yeah, the
was
manslayer
looking
and
for?
the other dude.
Probably.
the nigga with the,
Yeah, that's Zoro's step cousin.
Oh no.
Oh, so when
I feel like it's got to be him
the
because
panel,
the
I was looking
ponytail
at
is
that panel, bro.
perfect.
Is it me or does that guy's beard look fake as shit?
Which guys?
I think it's just the way
Manslayer.
it is, the way the
Robin
symbol is
Hood?
kind of drawn on the panel.
The manslayer, it makes it look like one of like.
It looks like
Usopp's
he's wearing a
beard.
Santa Claus beard, low key.
I know it does.
I
look
don't
like
know why
Usopp.
it says portrait
It-
next
it-
to it. I feel like that's so pointless. Like we see it's a portrait of the dude. Like what?
I don't know, man. Oda's funny.
They're probably trying to portray it like the people
And
like
that
they
manslayer
drew it.
anything like Utenmaru, the Straw had a little kind of a little nice little alliance here.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting that we haven't seen Zoro in such a long time. So I really feel like all of with like Shutamaru and those it's been like 3 chapters. Must be 3.
Hey, it has been a break mode. It ain't been that long.
Look, he's been
we
we saw him, and then he separates immediately. Like to me, that means, and then after
No, we
what
saw him eating lunch.
Shutamaru said to Momonosuke and all that, I feel like Zoro's gonna fuck him up and then bring them niggas to pull up with Kaido.
If we get Zoro versus Shutamaru, I might fanboy a little.
Yeah.
The thing about
Zoro
this
might
is,
get whacked in that fight though.
The thing about this is we don't
Zoro-
even really need to worry about Kaido's crew. We already know we're taking care of them niggas. It's Kaido himself that needs to be taken care of. Like the alliance that we got set up now, like we're good.
Hey, bro, and some of these
Yeah, but this is gonna turn.
No, because then again, like
I feel
half
like
of our
this-
people ain't even got weapons. Remember?
Well,
but-
that's what
hey,
Nami did. That's what Nami did in this chapter.
Oh, yeah, they could hit it up, hit a lick.
That's exactly
Usopp was
This
like,
is
didn't have any weapons. Usopp said, "Gather around," and he pulled out a sword. Usopp got them.
I mean, what they say about what the requirement.
No, they about to hit a lick on that shit for all them weapons. That's exactly what they're doing.
But think
Hey,
about what
like,
they
I
said.
agree
They
with
said,
you.
they said all dojos, all weapons have been outlawed. How the fuck this nigga Usopp got a sword? He got them.
He's a samurai. B.
I mean, he's from outside the country.
He's
so
a samurai,
yeah,
right?
it's a
Exactly.
little different.
The samurai.
And there's a bunch of niggas walking around with swords anyway. Like it don't really fucking matter.
I guess so.
But but Rufy, I agree with you in the sense like we do have a good group of niggas, but I feel like this is gonna get real chaotic real quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like
They're out of hand.
Yeah, it's like
this could go sideways in a number of ways. Like we know like all like and like I feel like all of this shit building up to when they actually strike is all gonna go well. But once they actually get ready to strike, that's when all of the bullshit is gonna start happening.
Yeah, did anyone else notice that the Robin Hood looking dude looks like the right hand to the evil guy? You know who I'm talking about?
Are you talking about the one that was drinking?
No. I, like when we saw him, yeah. When we saw him like early,
About Orochi.
yeah. He was talking about Orochi when we saw him early on. Them dudes kind of look like they related, high key.
Oh, I know you're talking about.
like they got the cool bar.
Dude with that weird little hair.
Cool bar.
hairstyle.
Yeah, he had the sword with the funny guard.
He got that nappy top knot.
Yeah, and he kind of looked like a sheep.
What do you call that? The
Yeah, I
knuckle from
noticed it.
Hunter?
Yeah, but his shit was nasty. Like,
I can see like some kind of
that-
relationship
I
building
like
there.
that shit.
The one samurai from the Kozuki clan that was talking to the old man. Why he look like a knockoff? What's that nigga with the axe? The most defensive man.
Sentomaru.
Sentomaru, yeah.
Oh, Sentomaru. Like, yeah. But
I'm just ready to see what this man Orochi about because that's pretty missing.
I think Orochi's a fake.
I think Orochi's gonna be
I hope
another
he's strong.
fandom.
People are starting to think,
I'm thinking
or
that he might be a
people are gonna
spandom
think
too.
he's gonna be a fraud. More people are
Nah,
thinking that.
he might be a spandom. I can see him definitely.
There's a
being
good chance he'll be a fandom. There's a good chance he could be.
Didn't they say Kozuki fought Odin?
I mean,
No,
they say
no,
that,
no,
but we
they
already
skipped over-
they already
they-
showed us that they be lying about shit and
Yeah,
hiding.
and they
shit.
also
So,
kind of
like,
skipped over what he did to get Odin set up. He probably did some trickery, underhanded kind of.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did because that's why
he
everyone
didn't
was
just beat
mad.
him. And the
No,
only
you
reason
gotta
why you would do
y'all
that,
say that
the only
you
reason why
just-
you would do that, right? Let's just say you was threatened by like Odin. If you know you couldn't beat him on a straight up one-on-one fight, you're gonna try to set him up to make him look bad. You feel me? You're gonna try to set some other shit up. So I agree with the.
Y'all say that.
I'm hoping
Y'all say
that he's strong personally. And
Yeah,
this
no,
is
I
why
mean,
I
like-
hope-
in my opinion.
Listen,
Okay,
he's
this is
Blackbeard.
why
Please,
I would
Blackbeard.
hope he was
Blackbeard.
strong only because when Kaido was like, you know, these are the laws of this country. When he was like, don't include like anything pirate in the newspaper. I feel like Kaido wouldn't really care too much about the country. I'm not saying that Orochi is rivaling Kaido's strength, but I would think that might give an example of why he might be strong. But you know, it could really go either way.
I want to say,
like he also is like exercising this weird control over the country. Like he clearly don't want like revolting against him and all that. Like you know what I'm saying? Like he outlawed weapons. Niggas can't even learn karate and shit. Like it's crazy. So he could be bitch man.
You gotta realize too, back in the day, like for Japan, like for the most part, like the emperors were all figureheads. Like none of them, and like even though like there were some shoguns that were military leaders, a lot of the times they were just figureheads. They weren't strong.
But isn't it that the shoguns were the niggas who was about that action, but the emperors were
this is how it was. The
shogun was a military leader.
The emperors were the figureheads, and then the shoguns were the ones with the real power that controlled the military. But the emperors were the figurehead. Like they acted like they ran everything.
And Orochi's a shogun. Some people like he's like Blackbeard. He probably bitch made, but he will fade you.
Oh, Blackbeard ain't bitch made though. Like
yes, he is. Listen.
Stop it.
He's my guy.
Stop.
Listen.
It's an inconsistent thing. Sometimes he is, sometimes he ain't. You know.
Listen.
You know what, Jordan. I know.
Ain't no nigga breaking in the Impel now.
But he did say, "Pops, wait, it's me." Like,
let's say you can say he do bitch ass shit. That's fine.
Long time since me, Jordan, and Carly were all the same shit. I knew it was gonna be cancerous. So let's go.
Listen, I'm just saying. Listen, he my guy. Listen, he is my guy. Listen, I'm team say haha all day every day, but you know what time it is. When it comes in.
I don't know what time it is. Right now it's 10:14, but actually, like
you know what time it is. So like I said, you know what time it is. The time it is that this man Blackbeard is gonna be underhanded and be bitch made, but then he will fade you. Like if you want to, he will fade you.
Got a lot of bitch made moments.
Yes, we are.
Brave.
Yo, wildin', bro.
You being real.
Blackbeard is a real pirate. Okay, there are no rules.
I mean, we know he's a pirate, but that don't mean he's not bitch made. Like we all know what his. We all see. Bro, if you played Burning Blood, we all know what this dude's special move is, man. He gets on his knees and starts crying. Like, come on, that ain't bitch made.
I mean, we know for a fact the realest pirate in the whole series that's not bitch made is Kid.
Is Doflamingo bitch made?
No.
No, Dofi's not. No, Dofi is not.
No, Dofi's not bitch made.
I mean, they did run away from Zoro.
Who?
Stop that.
He ran away from Aokiji.
Dofi and Fuji.
He did.
Okay. So Mihawk ran from Don Creek too, then, huh?
Of course.
I mean, there's an argument.
Yeah. That's where we're going. I see where we're going.
No, there's an argument for it.
Oh my gosh, this man so. Oh my god, this man.
He did run away.
Dan's not here.
CGK, they don't want to hear it. Bro.
No. I mean, he didn't fight Don Krieg when he's right in front of him.
Fucking guy.
Told you there's CGK and Soap here, of course.
I told you. Hey, Jordan. All I'm saying is there's an argument.
Of course.
The other hater different.
All I'm saying is Doflamingo talking Kaido.
I know you're not. I'm talking about CGK.
Okay.
CGK and Dan are always advocating. I don't even know why the fuck you're advocating it as well.
We gotta look at the context of running away too. Like there's certain situations
he looked at
where you're not even like you're not worth it. No. Hold on. If you're significantly better than someone, you're not gonna pay them the time and waste your time on them. There's a difference between running away and making a smart decision.
All right, then why did Mihawk run away from Vista?
Wait, no. He didn't waste time. Why did he go across the Grand Line to go chase?
He said, "Hold on, we're gonna have to put this fight on hold. I don't want my title to be taken away today."
No wasting time. He followed this man. He literally said, I'm gonna go chase this man.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Grand Line.
I can't hear you. You getting fucked over.
That nonsense. Stop trolling here.
I didn't even hear what you said.
So you're telling me. So what you're telling me is that
I'm about to be muted.
The entire Navy ran from Shanks, right?
Yeah, everyone ran away from Shanks. You're right.
That's literally exactly what happened. That's literally what happened.
He offered to fight them, and no one accepted it, so they ran away.
Shanks did what I did to the VC on November 15, 2018.
Kaido ran away from.
It's the one thing that
nobody wanted.
Sanji ran away from water.
Thing that he should have done.
Y'all serious, bro?
Moment this is.
I went into BC.
Like if Mihawk did
on
Don
November
Creek with Ace
15,
Attack,
2018.
Mihawk would be dead.
And I asked anybody if they want some. Ain't nobody want none. That's what Shanks did.
Want some of what?
They raised their arms up and they wanted it.
First of all, my mic was muted. Second of all,
you see how they come up with excuses after declared it.
I knew nothing about this.
When I tell you silent than a motherfucking actor, I said, oh, so I guess ain't nobody want none. And then I pinned it. And then all of a sudden, here come niggas. Oh, I was muted. Oh, I was in the bathroom. Oh,
Nigga, I was
nobody wanted none. It's like when you're hooping against an infant. Why would you want to play something so easy?
Facts.
What?
Yo, he said facts.
When you're hooping against an infant, talent,
a rival to Mihawk, and that nigga ain't want none.
No, but that nigga, just because you think you my rival doesn't make you my rival, my guy. Like nah, you're not up to par.
I mean, they fought all the time.
He had that nigga to a standstill, and he was like, "Hey, can we do this later?"
Oh my god.
That's a fact.
Right now.
I guess niggas saying that because niggas saying that because Mihawk didn't just one shot that nigga.
Exactly. He
when
had
Mihawk ran away from him right forward. Shut up.
That shit's crazy, bro.
It's wild. It's almost like Shanks is a god that can stop time. Weird.
What? What are we doing here? What are we doing here?
I'm just throwing out there.
I'm just telling y'all, Mihawk ain't as good as y'all say he is. Neither is Zoro.
Listen, we've been in Wano for like 17 chapters, and I ain't hear one motherfucker say anything about Mihawk. Exactly. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah.
He said Mihawk.
Wait. So if you're the best at what you do and you're at the top, you ain't that good?
But he ain't go to the land of swordsmen. If you're the best, but you ain't been to the land of swordsmen.
You can be the world's best swordsman, but in the land of samurai, right? In the land of samurai.
Okay, so you're gonna say what? That he's a shit captain because he don't got a crew now too?
Yeah.
Yes.
That don't even make fucking sense.
What are you guys even arguing?
What kind of bullshit?
Kind of need a crew to be successful.
Yeah, exactly.
Apparently not, because he's doing it out there by himself and no one trying to run up.
This man Mihawk's a farmer. He's not a captain.
All it takes is like
completely fine.
All it takes is like 3 good niggas to jump this nigga.
But how come they haven't done it then?
And why does it take
because
3?
They
and what is good?
Hey, but wait, hold on, bro.
He's eating on somebody's dollar right now. Somebody feeding him.
You telling me it takes all 3 sweet generals to take him out, huh?
Yeah,
he's so garbage. And why
if Jozu, Marco, and Vista jump this nigga,
you just named a first in command, second in command, third in command, and you saying he ain't shit.
Jozu by himself can stop.
Let me ask you something.
I'm just saying, how are you the world's greatest swordsman if you ain't been to the land of swordsmen?
Exactly, and he never.
I want to know.
He never classed.
Who said he never been there?
We don't know that he hasn't been there.
Who said he hasn't been there?
Wait.
Quietly, hold on. Quietly, I understand that we don't know for sure, but I was waiting for one of them to bring up Mihawk. Ain't nobody find it weird that we've been in one all for
I mean, why don't they just randomly talk about Mihawk?
Just say.
I'm waiting for it.
I got another. How is he the best?
Not the strongest man. He hasn't been over the entire world. Is that correct?
Yeah, you have to be. Who proclaimed him as the world's strongest? He hasn't fought other well-known swordsmen like Vista.
We don't know that.
They never fought. Like,
okay.
Yeah, I was about to say you can't be the world's strongest if you haven't fought other well-known swordsmen.
He fought Shanks,
You
fam.
have to be determined. Okay, just because you crash your Saint, that doesn't also make you the fucking world.
So his title's
you can't because what if he already has the title as world's best strongest swordsman? There's other niggas coming up. If they didn't take that title from me, I'm still the best swordsman. Like you ain't beat me, so I still got the title, my guy. Like that's it. This is my shit.
I'm just saying. I feel like
but what if
to have that title, you should be popping in the land of swordsmen.
Exactly. Like some niggas should know about you.
Yeah, like them niggas should be like, oh, he a problem.
Yeah.
So why would you just mention Mihawk randomly? Like, what is he doing in the part of the story right now that has to
about to go run back to his captain?
Go ahead.
He's about to go run back to
wait, hold on. Let Soap answer.
I'll come back to you. Listen, I don't know how.
Okay,
I don't know when. But I feel like they should know about him, should they not?
I mean, why would they bring him up?
I feel
randomly.
like we might get something
You
when
do know
Zoro
Yeah,
fights
yeah.
someone and Zoro mentions like, "Oh, I was trained by Mihawk. Like you guys ain't touching me." Like we can
so
get it
you
like
had
that
it,
way.
You had an answer in your head, so you know what the fuck I'm saying.
Nah, but you're just saying
Nah,
why isn't
you
Mihawk?
had the
No.
answer. So that's exactly right.
Warren
He-
Waddle.
he-
They
he
ain't
can-
see
he
his
can
name
say
yet.
that's-
Yes, he's trash.
They see him cutting a house with a butter knife and all that, and they like, oh, Toto, you motherfucking crazy. Who trained you? And he say Mihawk.
Yeah,
and
but we
them
haven't
niggas
even
just split
gotten
on
that
around
yet.
or
That's
some
what I'm
shit.
saying. Like,
Bro,
no,
this
you
shit crazy to me, bro.
downplay Mihawk because his name hasn't brought up because there's no part.
I'm not
right now.
downplaying him. I'm just saying
listen,
to
listen,
me,
listen.
a benchmark. This is a benchmark for me. If you really are the world's greatest, even though when we see you interact with the world, there are motherfuckers you haven't faced, right? If you really are the greatest, you should have, at the very least, been here.
Listen, we know for a fact those world's strongest titles hold no credence at all.
What?
Oh my goodness.
Zero credence.
Y'all
Listen,
being
let me explain it.
Whitebeard wasn't the world's strongest man.
Listen, in the new Viver card that came out yesterday, Whitebeard had the world's strongest title before Roger even became Pirate King, and Whitebeard still could never beat Roger, vice versa. So, are you gonna say it's the world's strongest men title or the world's strongest man title? At that
Well,
point in
he's
time?
the world's strongest man, and one motherfucker's the pirate.
If you're
king.
the
I don't
world's
think he
strongest
needs
man, that means you're better than everybody. But if
he's
you're
a
not
man,
better than
and
someone,
he's
No.
That's not
Yeah,
necessarily true.
being a pirate king has something to do with
listen.
having a pirate
If you
crew.
have
The
the
thing is-
title, if you have the title that says you are the best, but someone comes along and you can't beat that person,
But that
you're
shit's
not the
already
best.
been explained.
But the best,
Whitebeard did
the
not
best
want.
isn't. Yeah, the best doesn't mean he's like the strong. Like him being a pirate king doesn't equate to him being the
No,
best pirate.
I'm
He
saying,
got that title
I'm
for
saying
finding the
before
One Piece. That's
Roger
the thing,
even
though.
got. Listen.
Yeah, and it was also
in the
he
Viver
got
card, it
that
literally
fully
says
exploring Grand Line.
before Roger became Pirate King, they were fighting. They fought multiple times, and Buggy's statement was, Whitebeard was the only man to fight Roger to a standstill. They were equals. During that time that they were equals and fighting to standstills, Whitebeard had the world's strongest man title.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
So if he has
that's
that
perfectly
title,
fine.
just all right. Listen, look at it in terms of Afro Samurai.
So maybe people didn't view Roger as a man,
if a nigga has the headband
Whitebeard as a
and
man.
comes up and you fight the nigga with the headband and you both die, who's the stronger one?
What I'm saying,
I
like
mean-
people refer to Luffy as a monster all the time. People don't know what he looks like because he has so many fucking forms.
Mihawk has the world's strongest swordsman title,
Like
and we
Whitebeard
don't.
ain't got
And
no form.
it's
We
never
don't
said
know.
that
We
he
don't
ever
know what
beat
Roger
Shanks.
was rocking.
Okay, I got
Kaido
a
has the
question.
world's strongest
I
creature
got a-
title, and he's never
I
beaten
got several
Whitebeard.
questions.
I got a question. How did you equate to Whitebeard being the world's greatest or strongest person? He tied the Pirate King, and then how did you equate that to
No,
titles
listen.
don't mean shit?
Let me reiterate what I said. Whitebeard had that title before Roger became Pirate King.
No,
years before he became Pirate King. Okay. Okay. They were fighting for years before he became Pirate King as well, multiple times. Buggy's statement said that they fought to stand stills and were, in terms of strength, equals. Whitebeard fought Roger so many times, Whitebeard started learning the fucking names of Roger's crew members. Okay? During all those times that they were fighting to standstills and were equals with each other, Whitebeard held the title of strongest man, but Roger had no title at all.
Okay, let me tell you.
But
Let
the
me
thing
let
is,
me
though,
let no, hold on,
Whitebeard's strongest man comes from his
let me
strength to
equate
destroy
this
the
to
world.
boxing.
That's all I
with the
just want to say.
strongest
That.
man,
The
they
strength
never
to
His name
destroy
was
the entire world.
Bro, let me equate this to boxing. If I'm the world heavyweight championship and you're a contender and we tie, do I not keep the title?
But that's the thing. Roger wasn't fighting him for the title or anything. They're just fight. If they're
it don't matter. They still tied. They still tied, right?
That's in terms of the rules of boxing. In the terms of
But
the
they-
rules of these
they
titles
still tied,
are
Rufy.
given by people. People
No,
say,
that's
oh,
in
he's
terms
the
of
world's strongest
all
man.
fighting shit.
People
all
say he's the world's
professional
strongest
fighting shit,
swordsman.
it's like that.
People say Kaido's the world's strongest creature. It's not like the title of warlord that you're giving as a rank or
I mean,
a specific
people also
role.
gave Roger Pirate King title.
So
too.
if we have to
People
see
gave
the people
exactly.
gave him that
People
title.
even gave the Pirate
creature in the
King
bush, that means
title.
Kaido title bullshit too, right?
In latent terms, we seen Kaido. From what we know, Kaido never beat Whitebeard, but how does that equate? They both got the world's strongest creature.
The thing is,
strongest man titles.
Hold on. The thing is,
Kaido's lost 7 times and he's still the world's strongest creature, though.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, being
the strongest does not mean you can't lose. No, being the strongest.
No, when Zoro fought Mihawk, all he had to do.
The thing is, you can beat somebody stronger than you, though. You can beat somebody stronger than you without you being stronger than them. You can still beat somebody.
Here's an example. Say I'm playing LeBron 1-on-1, and I said, let's play the 1, and he gives me the ball first. I'll throw up a dumbass shot. It goes in. I'll beat LeBron. Am I beating LeBron?
No.
Yo, let me say this, right? So Zoro had his dream right in front of him. All he had to do was beat Mihawk, and he had the title. He had to beat him. So let's say they had a standstill and they both walked away. Mihawk still has the title because Zoro didn't beat him. You have to beat them. Have
that would be true.
But the fact of the matter is, Zoro is equal.
You can say under passively they're equal, so passively they are. But one has the official title. That's what that means. This is exactly
what I'm trying to say, Eris. Even though Mihawk still has that title, technically, Zoro is equal to him, even though he has no title.
I know that's your logic. I know that's your logic, but I'm saying though,
don't mean shit in the grand scheme of things when it comes to Zoro and Mihawk. Even though that Mihawk has that title, Zoro fought him.
So what you're telling us is you don't give it.
We haven't seen Zoro fight into a
No, listen. What he's telling us is that he doesn't give a shit about the titles. Like they don't matter.
But the thing is, Zoro gives a shit about the title because you don't see Zoro saying, "I want to fight Vista. I want to fight that." Zoro wants to fight Mihawk because Mihawk is looked at in the world. He's known as the strongest. Like regardless, everybody in the world just think of. I know Wano's closed off, but like most of the world, they look at Mihawk as world champion. It's like right now, if you look at the boxing world champion, it's probably a nigga somewhere in a backwoods country that will beat that nigga's ass, but he just never gonna get to shine. But like the nigga is the champion, he's the champion. It's like the world looks at this nigga as the champion. That's it.
Can you mind ACB?
All I'm trying to say is you can have that title
and EOS,
but there can be someone out there that don't have a title at all that is equal or greater to you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes. I agree.
I understand. That's like saying like he has the world's strongest title, not the I'm unbeatable with the sword title. Like you can still beat him. There's people in the verse that can beat him, but he just has that title.
Exactly. I would say if hypothetically. If Law fought Mihawk and Law beat Mihawk, I wouldn't call Law the world's strongest swordsman because he doesn't just use a sword.
I mean,
if Vista fought Mihawk and won, I call Vista the strongest swordsman. If Big Mom fought Mihawk and beat him,
hold on,
wait.
Chill with that. Chill with that. Then listen.
I agree with that, but Law does primarily.
Hold on, wait. What's that?
He uses a sword as an extension of his devil.
Wait.
Thank you.
Wait. I'm saying right now. Listen, right now, if Shiryu beats Mihawk right now, I don't care what you say. She's a strong swordsman. I don't care if he's free or not. She's a swordsman.
But the difference between Shiryu
that's
and
not
Law,
difference. You can see that he's
there's a big difference because Shiryu's fruit has nothing to do with the way he uses a sword. Law's fruit, the way when Law uses his fruit, he uses his sword as an extension of his fruit.
You realize Shiryu literally made his
Shiryu was a swordsman before he even got the fruit. Law was a fruit user, but way before he was a swordsman.
But Law trained to be a swordsman.
They're both swordsmen.
He's trying to be a swordsman.
Even Dofi mentioned Law's profound. Dofi mentioned Law's profound use in the sword.
All I'm saying is when Mihawk fights someone, he doesn't ask them, "Hey, nigga, you ain't gonna use no devil fruits, is you?"
No, people don't look at him. People look at him as a devil fruit user. They don't look at him as a swordsman.
But it's what I'm saying. Law even says that Law is himself as a swordsman. He knows himself as a swordsman. He has a fruit that goes along with his skills. But his man Law is a swordsman. That's what he do.
But here's the thing, Hater. Listen, out of the main way that Law fights, he uses his devil fruit, and a sword is an extension of his devil fruit.
Okay,
so you can't call him a pure swordsman. You can't.
Okay, hold on. Wait.
That's just one part of his devil fruit.
All I'm saying is, in terms of pure sword skills, Law in that circumstance is not the best. His devil fruit and in the extension with his sword skills makes him better than Mihawk.
I mean, if Law
when Kaku took the giraffe fruit, he was still a swordsman, even though he was using his nose and shit.
No, wait. That's not
Yeah, that's true.
No, wait, it's not even that. If I have a question, if Law didn't have his fruit, would be a swordsman.
Yeah.
Tell me no.
If he didn't have his fruit, yeah.
No, he wouldn't be a swordsman. He'd be a doctor.
No, he would. Rufy.
Yeah, technically,
that's actually a good point.
Yeah. I'm kidding. He'd be a doctor and a swordsman, guys.
No, I'm saying Rufy. You say Rufy. You just told us that he was a swordsman because of our fruit. So I'm saying he's a swordsman, not swordsman now.
No. I'm not saying he's not a swordsman. I'm saying he's not a pure swordsman. I'm saying,
I think what
Rufy is saying is if Law beats Mihawk, he'll be like the strongest swordsman, but it's kind of faulty because he has a fruit.
No, it would depend on how he wins. It would depend on how. If Law beats him with radio knife or shambles, then that's trash. Yeah. But if he beats him, if he slices him in half, then
he's not a candidate for the world's strongest swordsman.
He's fucking swordsman.
The way I'm saying it is, there's certain people that I give candidacy to being able to take the world's strongest swordsman title. Law, Big Mom.
All right, hold on. Let me ask you this: if this man Kinemon beat Mihawk with a fire technique, even though that's his swordsman skill, is that not like swordsmanship?
What you say?
No, Kinemon has that like fire style thing.
That's just like Vista's flower style. It's a sword technique.
All right, so why is Devil Fruit's different?
Devil fruits
Devil fruit is different because other people cannot learn Devil fruit abilities.
Yeah.
Zoro can learn Kinemon style, but you can't learn Law style. Like you just
you literally can't.
I can't.
No. You mean you can't learn Diamante?
Actually, I forgot about something. Wait,
we haven't seen Law use one swordsmanship technique like Zoro has or Vista had. Gamma Knife is his Devil Fruit technique.
It's still a stab.
Wow.
Listen,
did you play RuneScape?
Y'all assume Law's gonna fight this man with his fruit again. If he has to fight again, do you realize
RuneScape references?
The first thing he has done every time is room. That's the first thing he does every time.
So again, so that's question. If Law again, if these people are swordsmen, like you say, besides you underhand it. Besides that, you feel like you're saying everybody's gonna fight Mihawk while they give you just straight swordsmanship. Prove they're the best swordsman.
To me, correct? if Fujitora fought Mihawk, Mihawk's getting his ass beat.
Okay,
what?
So I'm gonna okay.
Whoa,
I don't know about that. I'm gonna say why? Because of his fruit.
No. But I count Fuji as a swordsman, though. I count Fuji as a swordsman.
Exactly.
Yeah, we don't know when he had his fruit. We don't know when he.
You can have a sword and a fruit and be a swordsman, guys.
I can't say fundamentally he's the world's greatest swordsman if he uses his devil fruit on top of that shit.
So let me ask you something. If Zoro can break out of Fuji's gravity thing, what makes you think that Mihawk is struggling with that?
I'm not saying he wouldn't put up a good fight, right? I'm just saying, to me, if Fujitora and Mihawk
said he would wipe him.
You're taking my don't focus on don't take my words like don't focus on the way I'm.
Yeah, when someone calls someone trash, it doesn't mean they trash, but you know.
Yeah. I'm not calling him.
Let's use the appropriate word choices.
I'll change my words for this.
I'm sorry.
Improve your fucking vernacular.
Shut up. What I'm saying.
You're being facetious.
Exactly. What I'm saying is, if Mihawk and Fujitora fought and Fujitora happened to win, I personally wouldn't be able to call this nigga the world's greatest swordsman if he used his devil fruit on top of his swordsmanship. That would seem to be an unfair dynamic to me.
Okay, that's the way you take it. Okay, wait.
All right, so if Kaku beats Mihawk, is he the world's greatest swordsman?
The Kaku's different because the only change is to his
different
body.
Now
it's different, even though he uses his fucking nose.
That's a good question.
It's a good question, but you gotta look at it like this. You gotta look at it like this.
Changing stuff up now.
All the devil fruit does is give you more.
I'm being serious.
No, you gotta look at it like this though. When all Kaku did was change his body, he's still using his sword skills weren't technically.
He was using his fucking legs.
So if Luffy used the sword and Luffy beat Mihawk, wouldn't Luffy be the greatest swordsman? Because even with his devil fruit
technicalities with this swordsman bullshit.
Like
it don't matter if you use a devil fruit or not. If you primarily use a sword and you beat another swordsman,
I mean, it just seems to me the case is that the world's greatest swordsman, that debate is people who are purely swordsmen. And
Mihawk, if someone challenges Mihawk, Mihawk's not going to be like, yo, don't use your devil.
But we haven't had an example like that. I'm saying that all the people that we've seen that challenge Mihawk are just swordsmen. They're not people that have, like Fuji.
If I were to go,
so you think Mihawk?
Well, not everybody wants that smoke with Mihawk.
Wait. If I was to give Mihawk a devil fruit, is that title now gone?
Hell no.
It depends on the devil fruit.
Wow.
No, listen. In terms of sword skills, Mihawk still would be the strongest swordsman.
That's like saying if Kaido eats a chocolate chip cookie, he ain't a Yonko no more.
No, look at it like this.
You just said no.
If you give Mihawk like a Logia fruit, and he's like, in terms of sword skills, he's still the best at sword skills, but he starts fighting differently and not just primarily using a sword.
So
you gotta look at Mihawk.
Let's say he gets the diamond fruit, you're gonna just discount the fact that, like, what, you don't want Mihawk to use the diamond fruit?
At that point, he's a diamond man, but he's a swordsman.
So
there's a difference.
It sounds like you're talking about like extra projectiles and shit. Like if it's your physical form, that's why you're okay with Kaku and like being diamond. But like when they have other projectiles, like any type of Logia, you're gonna be like, nah.
He just called the nigga a swordsman. Like,
yeah,
no, he did.
Nobody calls Fuji a gravity man.
Like, hold on, wait.
He's the gravity.
Wait, Rufy found. Wait. That's flawed because again, we saw Kizaru make sword light beams and fight with a sword. And people say
but that's the thing, Hater. If Kizaru came up to Mihawk and they fought, however way that they fought, and Kizaru came out on top, I'm still not gonna call Kizaru the world's strongest swordsman.
Oh my God.
I mean, but the thing is, Kizaru's not running up with a sword though. Like that's a part of the sword fighting has to be your main thing for you to be qualified as sword.
That's exactly like what Quiley just said is my main.
Let me ask you.
Wait, hold on.
My boy Crocodile faded Mihawk. Would he get it? But he got it.
I'm gonna die. Hold on.
That doesn't make any sense.
Can be the greatest
like, okay, so let's say your main fighting style is karate or whatever, right? But you're also a better swordsman than Mihawk. Then you'd be the world greatest swordsman, regardless if it's your primary force.
But not if you beat him with karate, though.
No, I'm not saying you beat him with karate. If you beat him in sword fighting.
Well, then you're just a badass.
If you come in there as a karate master and you also use a sword, then yes, you are the world's greatest swordsman. Even if you hitting him with karate moves and using the sword at the same time, you're still better swordsman.
The reason why he's saying that you're still a better swordsman is because there's no enhancement to your sword skills or extra bullshit on top of just using a sword. Like Law's not sitting there clashing with niggas with his sword. He's putting up a fucking room and becoming a god inside that room.
And he chops them up with his sword.
If that light sword was Kizaru's main thing, as soon as he's about to scrap, he automatically pulls out the light sword.
That's
and
when
I would
he got
call him
serious.
a swordsman. But that's not his main. That's not, from what I've seen. That's not his main.
Look, he was like wiping the whole day.
I'd say Kizaru was a kick. He seems like a kind of kick kind of guy. That seems like his main.
He's like Shinobu
laser beams.
Oh, you think he's Hitmonlee?
Kizaru is trained with a sword. Like he knows how to use it. He has formal training with the sword.
But
just because you know how to use it that doesn't automatically make.
So does Sanji, and he's not a swordsman.
Sure, but he can also make explosions with his fingers too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the motherfucker has a whole arsenal of shit to fuck this nigga me.
So he can be a swordsman if he knows how to use a sword.
No, not. It's not about just knowing how to use a sword. That has to be your primary way of combat. Like that has to be your go-to. That's your main thing.
Like I'm saying, every in the story, every person that has pressed Mihawk for that title has been primarily a motherfucker that just uses
Big Mom can use a sword, but I would not call Big Mom a swordsman.
Don Krieg was like, "What's up, Mihawk?" He had a little spirit thing, but still.
Question: Is Shitamaru stop slashing niggas, and for the next 30 chapters, we just see him pull out a gat and start capping niggas? Is he not?
He's not a swordsman. He's a samurai.
I mean, it's too late.
I mean, you said a gun. If he pulls out a gat,
what do you mean it's too late, nigga?
He's a swordsman that caps, nigga.
Yeah, he's
a gangster.
We've seen Ben Beckman with a sword, but that nigga also pulls out a gun. So he's still not a sword.
What if a nigga pull out a gun with a sword on the bottom of that bitch?
We've never seen Ben Beckman with a sword ever.
Every time. A bayonet.
Aokiji also made a sword out of fucking grass.
Wait,
he's not a swordsman. He just did that on the wing.
I'm just mad we out here arguing with a swordsman in when Tori tells us who is.
And the only swordsman is Mr. One Bones. Y'all being clueless.
Because them titles don't mean shit.
But
exactly.
But wait, hold on, wait. Question. So are the admirals not trained to be swordsmen or trained in swordsmanship or not?
I mean, they're trained in everything. Like
Kobe and Helmeppo was trained with fucking swords. They was trained with swords.
Actually, no. Wait, what's the name? What's his name? What was her?
Helmeppo is a swordsman, but not Kobe. And they both were
swordsman. He's also trained in different techniques. Is that not fair?
No, but he's
trained in Rokushi.
He uses two swords though. He uses two swords. That's like his main. That's his main. But Kobe doesn't mainly use two swords, but he was also trained to use swordsmanship.
Like if he had to pick up a sword, he could. Like you're not fading him automatically because you're a swordsman.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Kizaru's sword is always with him because he makes it out of his devil fruit. So he doesn't have to carry.
But you gotta. But that's a devil fruit power. It's not a real sword.
It's not a name blade type shit.
It's not a blade.
It's a named attack of a blade. He calls that blade.
And if he's out here holding the sword in one hand and fucking laser beaming your forehead with the other hand, like I'm not calling him a swordsman.
I feel like what makes you a swordsman is like if you don't have the sword, you're not as like if you take away Mihawk's sword, I'm pretty sure he might be able to hit you with the fisticuffs, but it's not like Mihawk is not beating the same nigga. He's beating with the sword, without the sword. Same thing for Zoro, but Kizaru is gonna fade somebody the same with that light sword, or whether he uses it or not, he's still fading the same way.
I mean, like where do you guys draw the line with all of this? Like if two people are having a sword fight,
it's a slippery slope. I'm not gonna lie to you.
If one of them, like
it really is a slippery
slope. The other guy's eye, they're not a swordsman anymore.
Hold on.
Yeah, like,
I mean, if we go by the story, people that have challenged Mihawk are primarily
that's like
non-devil fruit users. So I don't even think people.
That's my whole point.
I don't even think people are gonna challenge him unless they're purely swordsmen, like no devil fruit.
That's my whole point.
If that's why your boy wants to get rid of the Shichibukai system, so that way he can challenge Mihawk.
I like that one.
There's a fine line, like with it, like you brought up.
There is no fine line.
No, like if you eat like Zozo's fruit and you're the diamond man, and your main fighting style is just using a sword, and that's the only way you fight.
That's cheating, like
I mean,
you can still say you're a swordsman at that point. But if you're big,
the way you guys are talking now, it's like if the other guy uses like some weird tactic or like it's like some kind of strategy.
Nah. If someone uses a devil fruit, but they still use a sword, they're still a swordsman. But most likely, they're not in terms of the story. They're not going to challenge Mihawk because they probably.
I'm not talking about in terms of the story. I'm just talking about what you get because you guys are like talking about pure swordsman. Like Law isn't a swordsman. It is ridiculous because Law is a swordsman.
Are y'all gonna keep the same energy?
Huh?
For what?
Magma's up his sword. Are y'all gonna keep the same energy?
Yeah.
If Akainu has a magma sword,
the nigga can put diamond on his sword, and that's fine.
Akainu's already too overpowered as it is. You get that nigga magma.
The thing with Law is that Law is not fading somebody without that sword. Even with his ring powers, he's not just about to fade a nigga without the sword. He needs the sword to do shambles. He needs the sword for all his shit. He needs that sword.
He doesn't need a sword for shambles.
Not shambles. Not shambles. No. Yes, he does need a sword for shambles. He does. He doesn't need a sword for the personality. The personality switch he doesn't need a sword for. But for shambles, for touching the pieces, he needs a sword.
That's not shambles.
He didn't have without the sword.
Can Kuma teleport without his paws?
Yeah, replaces something with something else.
Wait, what's shambles? Which one is shambles?
When he changes your personality.
And when he does the
he just switch you out with
he switches his fingers like scissors. That's right.
It's where like he throw a rock in the air and he switch places with that.
All right, okay, yeah, that's true. That is true.
Damn, Quiet, looking real credulous right now.
But he still needs his sword to do the other moves.
Hey, chill out.
I don't think he needs a sword to take your heart.
Let's do a little test. What's Sables?
Wait, I have a question. Rufy, please answer me this. How is it okay for for the nigga to coat his sword in diamond and you can rock with him as a swordsman, but if a nigga coats it in magma, no, he got a devil fruit?
No, hold on. With Josu's fruit, it was never stated that he can turn things into diamond. He himself.
Hey Virgo, I already told
Wait,
you.
you guys remember that that one guy from Skypiea who had like a cloud sword or some bullshit? Is he not a swordsman?
A milky dial sword.
I already told you this. What I'm saying is,
isn't Hawkins a swordsman?
Yes.
He uses
Strong
a main.
sword.
That's his main thing as a sword. He has a devil fruit, but I would still classify him as a swordsman.
I think he's
I wouldn't call Hawkins a swordman.
He doesn't always use the sword.
Because like if you think about it, when he creates that giant like scarecrow thing like out of his sword,
when he was shooting them needles at Zoro,
that's not no sword skills. Like that's
his fruit. Yeah. But I'm like to me, I know like I fully acknowledge this shit is a slippery slope. But I'm saying
like some NFL catch type of shit, like something's a catch. You gotta just kind of like look at it, you know.
I'm just saying, like, if the person is how they fight is rooted in their devil fruit and not rooted in being a swordsman, I feel like I can't.
If they're intertwined.
I understand, Virgo. It just depends, man.
All right. What about
it's a case by case scenario, Virgo.
It is. Who?
Hold on, tell me you give Law a lead pipe, he's doing the same.
I had a question, nigga. Did Oda call you and say it depends, or did you decide it depends?
Nah, the whole story is based on it depends when it comes.
Wait, how did Law?
We're gonna run into a swordsman that has like fucking light release, magma release, fire release, and y'all gonna be like, oh yeah, he's a swordsman because he ain't got no devil fruit.
So what is your address?
Huh?
I'm sending you anthrax.
Nah, stop saying that to people, bro.
The fed's about to be on your neck.
Yo, listen. I feel like Zoans.
Check the mailbox.
Zoans get a pass, right?
Zoans get a pass? That's bullshit.
Man, come on now. You got Marco. You know.
Wait. Zoans get Zoans.
You got Sengoku Buddha with a sword.
Virgo.
Doing shockwaves.
Who's calling my name?
Virgo, think about it like this. If we take away their devil fruit, are they still fucking shit up with that sword?
Yes.
It's Jack the swordsman.
Yes.
He uses two swords.
Exactly.
If you take the gravity shit away from Fuji, he's still fucking people up with the sword.
Yes.
So
yes.
That's actually
Kizaru's sword, he's still fucking you up.
Yes.
No, he's not, Jonathan. If you take away Kizaru's devil fruit, he's not fucking you up with a sword, though.
Yes, he is, man.
No, he's not.
Hold on, who was he fighting though? That's the question. Who was he fighting?
I'll say
he was sword fighting with Rayleigh.
Take away his fruit. I don't think he fucking up.
I can sword fight with Rayleigh too if I'm using a fucking laser or a lightsaber. Like
no, you couldn't. Quietly, you get
I think what we should all take away from this is the world's strongest titles are not absolute.
I mean, to you.
I mean, I guess to Oda as well.
No, I mean like Oda's obviously like there's a story reason for Miyagi being the world's strongest swordsman. It's not like this just a random fact that's up there.
I mean, it is in the narrator box, and like
okay, we can
all take a L. They can
like Zoro's whole story revolves around Mihawk being the world's greatest. So I don't see why it's like, oh well, it's actually not a real title. So
I'm just saying, even though someone can have the title, but there still can be someone better out there than that person.
Someone better, but we haven't been shown anyone better. So
that's what I'm just saying. Like we have been shown it in the world's strongest man contingency, where Whitebeard was said to be the world's strongest man even before Roger was Pirate King, and they were fighting.
Yeah, he never lost. We don't even know. People define Roger as a fucking monster. We don't know what the case was with Roger. Like, and even
Roger ran away from Big Mom. He's a bitch.
Even
Roger was a girl.
Whitebeard, like a lot of the talk about the relationship with Whitebeard and Rogers, like the fact that Whitebeard was able to fucking get Roger to a standstill. Like that's the way it's kind of reads to people.
I mean, they said the same thing about Garp and Roger. Yeah. So, like, is it a three-way tie for strongest man in the world?
That's why I'm saying that title It means something, but it's not absolute.
Right. I mean, I don't feel like
that goes back to what I said 40 minutes ago. You gotta beat the guy. You gotta beat these guys.
I feel like with Garp, it's a little bit different because Roger is supposed to run away and Garp is supposed to get him. Although they tied, Garp never took him in, so I feel like that's a loss for him.
I was gonna say it's not like these people have contradictory titles. Like yes, like Whitebeard could still be the world's strongest man while Roger's the Pirate King, and fucking Garp is the fucking hero of the Marine. Like,
I mean, guys, we have.
They're all great in their own rights. They just all have specific titles.
Would you say Ace and Smoker were at a standstill?
Oh my God!
Nah, we're not doing that.
Yeah, bro, Smoker's a beast.
There.
So yeah, I mean, if that's what we're doing, bro, then I'm gonna have to say that shit, right?
Niggas tripping right now.
That's right. Smoker fought a younger commander to a standstill. That's what happened.
That's what happened. Prove me wrong.
They didn't use hockey.
Whatever, nigga. All right, but let's for a long time. Let's go on and talk about the little mess with Shinobu and Nami learning how to be a Kunoichi. And why is Shinobu such a gaggy dumb bitch?
Why are all the ninjas like that? Raizo looking kind of, like a ninja. Like, where the real ninjas at?
I think Oda is trolling. I think Oda is trolling homie that wrote Naruto and basically saying like ninjas are like clowns.
Trash.
No, the thing, Ali, though, I think he's gonna show us like a badass ninja soon.
Like a badass, like a god tier ninja. Like they're gonna, some guy's gonna have some blonde spiky hair. Yeah, some guy's gonna have like some blonde spiky hair, and he's gonna be the GOAT, and that's what's gonna be like.
I mean, Oda keeps telling us like we're definitely gonna get more straw hats besides Jinbei. So I'm hoping it'd be dope if we got a ninja.
Shotenmaru.
No.
We don't want
him to stay off the crew. No,
we don't want
He had a standstill with Duke with one leg, and you were.
That's how trash Jack is.
Yeah.
Come on, like if he's doing that with Shotenmaru, like, and Jack is basically fighting two at a time, you gonna say that's trash?
Yeah, that's just stupid.
My G. Like, so imagine going.
That's a hit on for Jack, man.
I don't want to do this to you.
So
what are you gonna do?
I don't know him. I don't want to do
for like.
Hey, Rufy, you ready?
Wait, hold on.
Jack was getting double team. They came out and won.
I'm gonna tell you this right now.
Yeah, but Jack didn't have no break.
Nigga, Eric's gearing up for a team.
And every interaction, Jack couldn't take none of these niggas down and then cheated at the end.
Exactly, bro.
Let me explain this to you. Let me explain this to you.
Crocodile and Don Creek told us ain't no cheating in pyro fights. Come on now.
Let me explain something to you.
The only thing that stopped them from fucking him up was their stupid beef between themselves.
In terms of attack power, I would say Inu and Neku are even with Jack. But you got to think about it like this. On that first day, during those 12 hours, they were said to be equals. After 5 days of Jack not stopping and these niggas taking 36 hours of rest, shitting, pissing, napping, and chilling out on that fifth day.
There's nothing that implies that they can't do that.
Even on that fifth day after they had all that rest, the 36 hours of it,
still
nothing. Body breaks, all that.
There's
no reason not put Jack down.
There's
so
no
what does that say about Jack? What does that say about Jack?
That he can't beat them.
In every interaction that we've seen Jack in the story, he's gotten embarrassed. Every single one. Every single one.
Bro, everyone was getting embarrassed to Fuji.
Hold on, let me finish. I let you finish. Let me finish.
You want to name a battle against the Gravity nigga?
When he first meets Inarashi stops this nigga with one arm. When he meets Nekomamushi for the first time,
Nekomamushi flipped on his back.
Flips on his back. When he meets Fujitora smacks him smacks him and he runs away. When he rolls back on his nigga, he gets smacked with a trunk. When we see him again in Wano, he gets pressed by a fat nigga that was riding on the hospital.
Oh my God.
What do you mean? Jack was nerfed. He couldn't kill him.
And then when we see him after that, two niggas in his own crew call him a bitch and son him. Every instance to show him that
Jack is trash, but I love trolling him, bro.
He's so
sorry.
He's sorry. My bad, Jack the Stooge.
Yeah, Jack the Stooge. It's a
Nigga's
viz.
trash.
Yo,
They're all performers.
So I gotta ask you, who is going to get Doflamingo back in that situation?
Wow.
And coming back.
Sheep's head.
Oh my god.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm gonna tell you this right now.
Shades ain't even getting
Kaido
Dofi
himself
back.
could have went, and he still wouldn't have got Jack. I mean,
Facts.
He would have took another L.
It's Batman. I don't know.
Who is beating a Gravity Man in a naval battle?
Sheep's head.
Who the fuck is Sheep's Head?
What do you
The
mean? You
headliner
actually don't know who Sheep's head is, or you're just trolling?
No, I always thought that was like a troll. I didn't even know that's a real character.
Yeah, that's an actual character. It's Slay Jack's right hand man.
He's not. Sheep's Head's garbage.
Sheep's Head is. Listen to that. Sheep's Head is Jack's right hand man. The fuck out of here.
Got bodied.
I mean, he was one of the only people to stay alive. Like,
Hey, I want to say though, he did get snuck. He did get snuck.
He got jumped. Sheep's Head got jumped.
Yeah, by what? Brooke, who
he
solo?
was chasing. He was chasing. How they sneak him when he was chasing them the whole time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
We're
trying to get low.
Hey, hold him, my nigga. I want to take him back.
You guys remember when Brooke walked into the Big Mom base, right, where she had all of her top treasure, right, and one of the things that could make you the Pirate King, and her best people were there, and
Her
Lady
best
Brooke,
people. Katakuri was
Brooke tricked Smoothie, right, got in there, sold a bunch of people, and it took him and Sanji, the guy who beat up, Daifuku and, kind of Oven, and it took both of them to, do
those
something.
trash bags. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Wait,
so-
you just
I
say
don't know.
best people and not mention Katakuri?
That what?
You
Wait,
said
did you
best people, but where was Katakuri?
Where's Katakuri? No,
Yeah.
I'm saying the best people in the room, like those best other not
best people in the room. Okay.
No, you said Big
Did no one
Mom's
else catch
best.
that?
I mean, I'm just saying like Katakuri wasn't there yet, so.
there's a difference between being the strongest and being the most efficient.
I'm the only one that caught him say that.
Yeah, Katakuri's both.
Yeah, like Katakuri
I mean,
is the
Pascal
strongest
was
and the
number
most
2 on the
efficient.
crew
That's
list,
not-
though.
Like I would say in terms of
Yeah, I was about to
efficiency,
say like he did beat Daifuku and Oven at the same time. But there's no point. He says they way more creditless.
I'm like, bro, what?
I'm just saying that it took Brooke and Sanji to do something to this man, so whatever. You can laugh, but it happened.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, every headliner except for Hawkins is garbage.
I mean, Hawkins is a headliner, so he's automatically charged.
I nigga scratch
I mean, you think Hawkins has that title? You think Hawkins has that title because of his strength or his value,
No,
or you
because
think he has that title
gave up.
because of how
I'm
long?
hoping that I think he's gonna betray Kaido, and I'm praying that he does. Otherwise, he's trash.
Of course you will.
He won't betray Kaido.
Yo, if Fire
His
Fist
will is
Ace
broken.
joined, he'd be a headliner too.
Probably
What?
number 1 headliner, but
Now he's taking Queen's spot
How
off
does
the bat.
betrayal make wait? How does betrayal make
Queen.
you trash? You just betrayed somebody, but you still not weak. How does it make you trash?
Yeah, I'm about to say.
wait, who's trash?
Capone betrayed
Wait,
Big
what did
Mom.
you say?
No, this is what TK said. If Hawkins betrays Kaido, he'll be trash. I'm saying, how is that trash?
No. I said if he doesn't betray Hawkins or Kaido, he will be trash.
Okay, then why
how
did you
to
think
make
Hawkins was
it-
trash originally?
You
If he just sits
loyalty?
under him,
I
like
mean,
if
I
he
think
actually
he's
gave up
trash,
of being a
but
part, basically,
Listen, bro.
like,
Hawkins got his
under him.
spirit broken. That's what happened.
Yeah,
That's
that's
right.
That's what I'm
That's true. That's true.
He just kind of like weighed his
He got the heart of the cards. That's all that matters.
that nigga weighed his options. Like, hey,
He got some pretty trash cards.
He said if Red Hawk hit me, I would have died too.
Get out of this. I'm going to join.
I love
I would've
characters
dropped
that
too.
fight like Yugi Moto. They're the best.
Yeah.
They're so
He's like,
powerful.
what's that one? He's like Weevil. You remember Weevil from the first season of Yu-Gi-Oh, right?
Yeah,
The black guy? That's who Hawkins is. He's sneaky. He had to throw Exodia off the deck.
But he also got a mix of that so Raven with him, so that's what really make him crazy. That's what really make him crazy. That's so awesome and so cool.
But
The
that's
thing with that is
strong.
Hawkins is not doing that shit in the middle of a fight with niggas on his ass. He's not about to pull out them cards and set that whole shit up with niggas on his ass like that. That shit is he gotta do that beforehand.
Hey, some people can shuffle fast though.
he pulled out them cards in front of an admiral. No fucks given.
Zoro did get nailed.
He just had them cards out sitting there. He wasn't really. That's somebody
know
like
he
me
don't
and
need
you
to
fighting,
pull out
and you just
beforehand,
pull a
though.
deck of cards out, boy.
Some
You're not about to
nails.
draw one card before I snuff you,
Bro, he
nails.
He already pulled them shit out.
All right, so I
He don't
want
need them cards. He's nailing niggas.
have yet to really talk about Luffy and Kid,
What about them?
and also I saw at the end, the very last panel, the narration talking about like the prisoners of like what they call them? The prisoners, like the fated prisoners.
The All-Star, the heroes of the prisoners or some shit.
The heroes of the prisoners,
something like that. Something like
they
heroes
call them the two.
Like
you two are the prisoners, stars of hope.
Yeah. That's what it was.
With the person in the cage.
Well, but I think that was just like an editor's kind of note. Like, that was just a part of like the chapter kind of thing.
Are you sure? Because right before that panel, they showed him. He was staring at them.
I think he's taking interest.
Is that the guy in the cage saying that?
Oh, no, yeah, I don't think that's
you can see like in that last panel, it's like the people that were watching that whole time. Like it's the background fodder niggas.
Yeah, and I was getting at a stream about how they possibly used Conqueror's Hockey. I think they did.
I think they used it too.
Yo, Hybrid Jack might be in that cage though.
I mean, do they really?
No, because we know for a fact every time someone uses Conqueror's Hockey in the manga, they're foaming out the mouth, and this nigga wasn't foaming out the mouth. That nigga was bleeding.
You literally see them beat him up because you see the little kanji.
I'm not talking about
something.
And like, wait, you have one moment. You have what I'm saying misconstrued. I'm not talking about the hippo guy. What I'm talking about is all of his subordinates, because they're like, oh, you're definitely gonna get executed for that. And next panel we see Luffy and Kid walking away as though nothing happened. Now you think those guys are gonna let them walk away? No,
this is what we have.
Virgo, listen.
Kid said what?
Like they really don't have proof about it. Luffy and Kid are beating everyone's ass in that entire prison with sea-stone cuffs on. Unless you're a Calamity, you're not beating Kid and Luffy.
Those guys are stupid. Like they don't know. Like
listen, that's like putting some sea-stone cuffs on a Calamity and saying, "Oh, the Hippo Man's gonna beat up Jack or Queen or King."
But wait! Didn't Rayleigh use it when he let that giant out?
No, those were the collars that the Celestial.
Yeah, speaking of sea-stone cuffs, that shit is so fucking inconsistent. Like,
yeah,
like what? Yeah, and people were talking about like pre-time skip, even in post-time skip, when we saw that Dressrosa bullshit where Luffy was in the arena and he tried to touch the ball. He's like,
I would say like during times like that, it's more so like it does zap the energy out of him like every single time. But when Luffy does it, like he exaggerates it a little bit. But like since he's got it on his wrist and they're like.
I would say they've grown accustomed to the loss of strength.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like I feel like if you have it on for prolonged like use, then you just get used to it.
Because we even seen Marco in the Marine Corps, like he was running around.
Like he wasn't like how pre-time skip Zoro was like lifting up a house versus like Mr. One, for example. Like if they have the cuffs on, like. Could they do that, or could they lift up a smaller house? Clearly, like a smaller house. It depends, Like something Jozu lift up. Obviously, they won't be able to lift that up. But like these things are probably not that heavy since they did that many. You know what I mean?
You told me, man, Smoker's not gonna be able to do anything anymore.
I don't know if it's like not that heavy because everyone else is struggling with it.
I mean, yeah, they said the one guy with multiple other people only did 5 the whole day.
Yeah. I think them shits are heavy.
Yeah, them shits is definitely heavy, but maybe it could be like a tolerance or something.
Them niggas just monsters. That's what
okay. For example, just to see how heavy you guys think it is, the iceberg Jozu lifted up. You guys think these two are doing that?
Yes.
No, I don't know about that.
With cuffs on.
With cuffs on.
No.
You got. If you go back to that actual panel of
that thing is
iceberg that Jozu drew, it was the size of all those giants put together.
And then some. It's like 17 giants.
It was the size of 7 giants put together.
17.
And then some.
I counted.
That shit was big. That shit was big as hell, bro.
These blocks are heavy, but they're not heavy. Like they're doing this shit. They're doing this shit like it ain't nothing.
No. Okay, so if Sea Stone is supposed to sap you of your power, you should at least go back to like a normal person in One Piece's strength. These dudes are struggling with these boxes, and they still got the Sea Stone cuffs on both hands.
All it does is make you weak to where you can't use your door for. That's pretty much what it is.
Every door for power.
That wouldn't make any sense because when Luffy touched the bars in the Coliseum, he was fainting.
No, it does. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, they even reinforced it in the chapter, and like Kid was like, "We're just weaklings whose strength has been depleted because of the Sea Stone."
But like my man Smoker Joker like touched Luffy once with that thing, and he was like on the floor.
Yeah, but that shit clearly ain't true. Like whatever's going on.
I'm saying that's not true. Again, all this make you weak. All this make you weak to you fragile. But like, yeah, you still strong. Again, you still strong. Like Luffy's still made rubber. He just fragile. That's all it is. He's just fragile. That's all it is. He's just
Roger's trash. Then he should have flexed.
Actually, that's a good question. Is Luffy still made of rubber right now?
Yes, he is.
No.
Yes, he is.
What the sea stone you should like take it off.
Even when he was
he's always made of rubber.
He's always rubber.
Even the times that he touched the sea stone bars, he always stretched.
He's always rubber.
No. Because when Wiper was finna touch Eneru with the sea stone, it wouldn't have made him like.
No, it just made it so that Eneru couldn't. It just made Eneru not be able to turn into electricity. It solidified him.
Yeah, it's funny. Yeah, that is true. He is always rubber. He just cannot use his powers freely. It's basically what it is.
All this again, no gum moves, but he's still gonna be made of rubber. That's all it is. You're gonna see no gear force, no gum, nothing. It's just Luffy's made of rubber, just fragile.
No,
it still don't make sense how he's like casually lifting like 500 bricks back and forth.
I mean, he could be physically just.
I mean, if you even go back to pre-time skip after like Luffy got the surgery from Law after Marineford, and he was like half dead at that time where he was crying over Ace. That nigga was throwing the huge ass boulders the size of mountains around.
What's coming out?
Yeah, but he didn't have his power sapped.
Yeah, but he was literally half dead. Like they said, even if he would have kept moving a little more, he was gonna die. He had a hole in his chest.
How strong their
okay. What's time to say this? Is the Yami Yami the same as Sea Cuffs? No, the Yami
the Yami Yami is worse because that shit just take you. I don't take your whole shit away.
Yami literally takes away your double fruit powers.
I mean, yeah, but that doesn't take away your strength. So
it doesn't take away your strength. So I guess maybe it's not worse.
No, it takes the same. You know what I'm saying? Like again, that's all it is.
Not rubber.
Blackbeard makes you human again. That's the difference. See, someone doesn't make you not.
Yeah, he negates your fruit entirely. He just negates that whole shit. Like there's no fruit.
Yeah, when Whitebeard has you by when Blackbeard has you by the neck, you don't feel weaker, but you're a regular human.
Yeah, you can still just punch him in the face or something though.
Yeah,
it's just a light switch basically.
Yeah,
you can punch him with like full strength, but it's been like stated that he can take hits.
Yeah, Whitebeard sliced his ass though,
and he takes double damage. So,
but the point is like in the cuffs, Luffy's again he's just fragile, but he's still a rubber man. That's strong, but he's fragile. That's all it is. He's just fragile. That's all it is. It makes him fragile. That's all cuffs do. What I'm saying, it makes him like fragile.
But yeah, like if Luffy wasn't wearing any sea stone cuffs, like he would be like literally throwing those stones around like they were fucking pillows.
Yeah, I'm not saying that he couldn't do it. I'm just saying I'm just questioning why we get like such inconsistent shit. Like in 1 second with sea stone cuffs or sea stone anything, this dude feels like he's worse than like an infant, like he can't do shit. And now
like Kryptonite showed up.
I think it has something to do with the amount of sea stone as well.
Show how strong their base has gotten while they've been in jail. That's the only reason it seems like an inconsistency. They're just strong with their bases increasing, even though they're wearing the sea stone cuffs. They're not.
Along with that is just the amount of sea stone. Like Law just got hit with a nail. Like, of course, Luffy. Like, if they got hit with a nail or something, they're still lifting shit up.
I mean,
like when Doflamingo was locked up on that boat or whatever. Like they had him cuffed the fuck up. All 10 fingers was tied the fuck up, double wrapped, and like they were making sure he wasn't doing shit. They didn't just put cuffs on him.
I mean, but you saw with Kid, of course, he has one arm. But Kid has literally like a little baby cuff, and
he can't control metal no more.
Supposedly, yeah, he got a little baby cuff.
Yeah, that's why I'm wondering, like, if it's got to do something with like a tolerance that they just built up from having it, or it's like it's either like, it's got to be like King's Hockey, some shit that makes it like.
King has been in there longer than him, so that makes sense.
I'm just telling you, either one. Listen, this is my thing. Either Oda messing up, or they just that strong in base. That's all it is.
I don't think Oda's messing up though. If he did, I think it's gonna be like he's gonna like flush it out more later because he's showing us this for a reason. He knows what he's doing.
I don't think Oda's messing up, but he is being inconsistent.
Right. When you look at the past,
telling you like this is now their new base strength. Like yes, Luffy used to get a lot weaker. Now he's gotten stronger because since he's dressed Rosa, he's
Wait, who the fuck is that?
Who?
It's Jay Hudson. If in the Discord, because I'm running Virgo shit.
Which Discord?
No, I'm here.
I saw like Vulgar's profile picture.
All right, y'all gotta get out of here with the connect mics.
What the fuck is that echo?
It's probably Virgo.
Virgo. Yeah, that was Virgo.
This nigga Virgo.
But yeah, that's what it's showing. It's just showing you that this is now their base. Because since Luffy's last even touched Sea Stone, that was in Dressrosa. And since then, he's fought Cracker, Doflamingo, Katakuri, and this nigga's gotten a lot stronger. And like with every fight, he gets stronger. They're showing you that his base is now stronger as well. We didn't see Kid before all this. So this nigga's already been strong.
So what you're saying is that you can build up Sea Stone tolerance.
No, he's saying their base is stronger, so the tolerance, like it doesn't even matter that they don't have their devil fruit powers no more because they're just strong.
Yeah, they're just strong.
I mean, I guess that could like go into something with hockey. Like, have they stated that you can't use hockey in Sea Stone?
No, I think you can. You should be able to.
You should
okay, so that makes like no sense at all because couldn't you just like hockey up your hands and take the Sea Stone?
Nah, but Sea Stone is supposed to be indestructible. Like it should be. I would think it's stronger than Diamond. Honestly, it's supposed to be
the way that they've been making it out to be. It is.
Yeah, like the shit's like them.
Because they were saying with the poneglyphs, like they saying those shits are indestructible. Like the reason why that's why they exist. They can't be destroyed.
You have to be able to forge it the same way people in Wano, Kazuki family like carved in the poneglyphs. Like you have to
but you know what they probably
or whatever
use?
It is. So it's probably the same thing with Sea Stone.
They probably use a chisel that's made out of Sea Stone. So if you're using Sea Stone against Sea Stone, then you can probably carve scriptures into it. They're the only people that can probably they can probably refine the Sea Stone small enough to make chisels and hammers. So they are probably the only people that can do it. So maybe if you had a Sea Stone sword and you were strong enough, maybe you might be able to leave a mark in Sea Stone. That's just my head canon.
That might be true as well, maybe. But like when I said technique, that goes back to like Zoro learning how to cut steel. Like he was still the same strength. It was only like a knowledge thing. So that maybe that could be.
Oh yeah, that's true. That is true too. It is.
I can see that. I can see that.
So yeah, the conclusion is kids equal to Luffy.
But Kinemon can.
Well, Wano, a lot of their techniques like tend to be pretty closeted. Like if it's in Wano, it kind of stays on Wano until they leave, and that makes sense being like that type of country or whatever.
Your boy was from Wano, the geisha on Whitebeard's crew.
Izzo is his name. Izzo or Ido or whatever.
Yeah,
he from Wano.
What do you mean? He the one playing the little instrument thing? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
We low key, we might see that.
Yeah, probably.
You talking about like the snake looking dude or whatever?
No, he was the one that looked like a girl.
No, I'm pretty sure he's probably dead, courtesy of that warlord.
That nigga Weevil?
Or Blackbeard, right? No, they would have said if Blackbeard did it.
Yeah, I think that nigga's still alive.
I know Weevil ain't fade Doma yet.
Who?
Yeah, the dude with the monkey on his back and the sword.
Yeah, the guy who ran through Momonga.
You are a Doma fanboy.
I'm not a Doma fanboy.
I mean, that
nigga Dora the Explorer with boots. Need to get his ass the fuck about it.
I mean, why do you say that though?
Because Dora
He's
has
probably
a
the
monkey
strongest
with
of those
her,
people.
and he also has a monkey with him.
Yeah.
Simple connection. That's all I got.
Wait, am I Dora the Explorer? I keep Ale with me.
Oh
yeah.
Wow.
What does that mean?
Wow. Tried to call her a monkey.
That nigga's a monkey.
I see how that's right.
Whenever I see a bad chick with a fatty, I call her Dora Explorer because she got a monkey on her back, and that's fact.
That's inappropriate.
Oh my fucking god! All right.
Hey, you remember that one story, Quiley? Like, I'm trying to hit that potato from the back.
I'm gonna be real with you, and I'm gonna tell you that one that
potato.
I don't know what he's even saying.
Oh no, but I feel like so also interested in the Hippo guy, another fighter headliner.
Dobon.
The headliner. Oh man, it did not start good.
I also noticed his title. His title was Vice Jailer. Who's head jailer?
Magellan. Probably King.
That guy was so trash. It's not even funny. His fruit was garbage. His fruit turned him into a tongue. Like he's basically the tongue of the hippo.
Yeah, that's so. Yeah, what the fuck?
if you compare Kaido's crew to Big Mom's crew, it's pretty lackluster in terms of like versatility and like going down the line. You're going down the list of people,
actually,
right?
Otis had made a habit of making Emperor crews look like trash, but I mean,
Big Mom's crew no.
Big Mom's crew was
Big Mom's crew is so fucking versatile. If you think about it.
So like, all right, so look, if that's the case, and we I guess we can all agree that Big Mom and Kaido, like, you can say one beats the other, but they're pretty close in terms of strength, right?
Yeah, Big Mom's crew had a lot of intelligent people.
Yeah, so
I feel like
if you go back, let's say 5 years ago, and compare the crews, we know for a fact that there was no Smile Fruit users in Kaido's crew, and he had no Supernova in his crew as well.
That's correct.
So his headliners have no Smile Fruits, and they're even more trash than they already are now. Wouldn't it be logical to say that the reason why Kaido's crew can compete with these other Emperor crews is because his crew's top heavy and he has 3 first commander people?
Yeah, Jack's a beast.
I mean,
I'm on board with that.
If we look at One Piece, though, I would rather you'd rather be top heavy than like average everywhere else. Like you'd rather have 3 or 4 really strong people rather than having like everyone at 70. You'd rather have like 3.
But that's the thing though. Like with Big Mom's crew,
they have top heavy and like mid and low heavy.
No, because if you're looking at it
all over.
No, if you go like matchup for matchup and you don't include like headliners and supernovas or any of the Smile people, because the Smile people are trash anyway. Just based off Jack against Cracker can't take a fucking hit. Jack took a hit by Zunisha and he's still up. Like if that happened to Cracker would be dead.
That's right, dead. Cracker would get out of here.
But
think about this, guys.
That's exactly what
with Kaido's crew. The first guy, we've seen the lowest commander is 1 billion. The lowest.
Yeah.
No, what Rufy's talking about, we all know they're top heavy. Ben Beckman.
Yeah, I don't see there's nothing wrong with being top heavy though.
They're just he's saying not the top heavy. Everybody else.
Okay, no, I know. I'm saying it's okay to be top heavy in One Piece because the fucking bottom people that are average anyway, they don't do shit. Like Daifuku is probably stronger.
With conquerors.
Daifuku is probably stronger than all the headliners, but they don't even need shit.
Okay, hold on. So 5 years ago, LA, if it was crew versus crew, you think it's a standstill, or do you think Jack's winning? Or
no, I think Kaido's crew is definitely winning.
How? But wait, what's his name? Ale. I'm making you a bet. I bet you Mondor beats Jack. I bet you that. I bet you
Mondor's not beating
Jack.
Y'all gotta kick Hater out.
Whoa! If he put
I know it's my stream, but I'll leave that decision to Jonathan.
Jordan,
if he put him in that world of books, I don't know, fam.
Jordan, you're already down $50 on me.
Hold on.
Actually, not yet.
Hey, Virgo, I just checked. You lost 100 subs. You better get this nigga out of here.
I'm losing subs.
Listen, fam. We were AC last week, fam. We lost to the Lakers. Nice team. We're gonna be back 8 again in like 2 games. So listen, I'm actually up $50 right now because we're doing good.
I see what's happening. Jordan has his own stream now, so he's trying to sabotage mine.
But no, let's say
talk about All-Stars for real.
You sound crazy, right? How is Jack getting out of the books? I'm going to tell you this. How is Jack going to
Jack wouldn't even get into the books to begin with.
What are you talking about? Yes, he would. Oh my god. Okay, but
how does Mondor survive a Hydro Pump?
Wait, what?
this man.
Like, listen. Even if Mondor puts Jack in a book, he still has to beat Jack.
You have to.
If he put,
we only saw Luffy get put in the book after he got fucked up.
This nigga Jordan on some Mondor gonna steal Jack type shit.
Yeah,
but
Jordan.
But Jordan's kind of backing up what I'm trying to say too. Like, if you look at it, like if
Mondor is that dude, but y'all say he's trying to think he's trash. Mondor actually beat Jack.
So
you're
Mondor.
Rufy.
If you take Big Mom and Kaido out of the equation and just compare crew for crew,
if he puts him in that Genjutsu, there's no way Jack.
Rufy, if you're talking about like
Mondor is built like my auntie.
No, hold on.
Got that thing.
Hold up, Rufy. If you go,
if you're talking, I gotta holler at you after the stream.
So you told me this man Mondor can put Whitebeard in the book and win the fight?
Y'all niggas wildin'. I'm trying to hear you, man.
That's what I was saying. Okay,
so I'm talking about. Wait, Jordan, hold on. If you're talking about in terms of strength, Rufy, it don't matter how many of the average to like a little bit above average dudes you beat. You're gonna eventually have to get to the top 3, right? In top 3, I can see people being Cracker and Smoothie. I don't know. I don't think there's that many people that can beat like Jack straight up. And that's not even, we're not even getting to King and Queen. Like Katakuri is on a level himself, but Cracker and Smoothie look real beatable.
Jack no. Here's the thing. In my opinion, I don't see Cracker and Smoothie as weak as you're making them out to be. I think Smoothie could take Katakuri to a really high difficult fight. She just wasn't efficient in the way that Oda portrayed her because Oda kind of shits on girls. But if you look at it from a crew perspective, like you got the four original Sweet Commanders, then you got the 4 monsters in like Daifuku of Imperial.
And you realize too, Jake and Cracker gonna just do the same thing. It's gonna be like a 10-day fight because
and then on top of that,
just gonna play what's gonna happen. Literally,
but against Cracker, all you really need is a very good AOE.
Bro, the enraged army. Jack is one-shotting the enraged army. Like, I don't understand what y'all saying.
Basically, what I'm trying to say
is, saying Jack versus Cracker.
The reason why Kaido's crew can compete with these other Yonko crew is because Jack, Queen, and King are all first commander level.
Hold on. I want to hear what Rufy's saying.
All right, look at it like this. Like, don't even compare Kaido's crew right now. Let's go back 5 years. 5 years ago. Okay. We know 2 years ago, Doflamingo told the auction house owner that it's all about the smiles now. So it was relatively new what Doflamingo was doing, the deal that he brokered with Kaido with the smiles. So if we go back 5 years ago, there's no Smile Devil Fruit users on Kaido's crew at all.
And we're assuming he still has King, Queen, and Jack, right?
Yeah, we know that that's the case because 20 years ago,
but he doesn't have them supernovas, of course.
And he has no supernovas, no Smile Fruit users. So from the most standpoint that we're seeing, he basically has all fodder niggas and then these 3 crazy strong niggas. And if you compare that to Whitebeard's crew, you got fucking Jozu, Vista, Thatch, Marco, all them other niggas. You got Big Mom's crew, Enraged Army, Monster 3, and then the Monster 4. And if you say that the reason why Kaido's crew can compete with these other crews is because his top 3 people are so strong and they're up there in the echelons of like the strength-wise is like the same as Katakuri or even stronger, wouldn't that even the balance out?
No. It wouldn't even it out because unless they all came in like at one at a time, right? If they came in one at a time, no one is beating. No one is beating King. Katakuri is not beating King.
How do you know? Wait. How do you know?
We absolutely know nothing about Queen.
I'm not saying. No, I want to hear this. I want to hear this now. No, I want to hear this now. No, I want to hear this now.
Jordan, based on portrayal, we know that Jack, or what's called Jack, got shit on by King on Queen. Like they're just basically saying like you're the little brother, right? And if Jack is minimum he was 1 billion and Katakuri's 1.1 billion in terms of berries in itself, he's barely
so berries. So berries equate to strength now. So you say berries?
No, that's actually, we know berries don't equate to strength because the SBS that actually came out today.
Katakuri's 1.1 billion in terms of berries. What the fuck? Someone got the shit playing in the back.
Berries.
No, we know for a fact that it's not solely based. Hold on, Hater. Let me answer him. We found out today in the SBS 91.
Wait, hold on.
Who's ever got the stream on shit down?
Yeah. Okay. Now you can go ahead.
All right. We found out today. Oda actually addressed that specifically because someone asked him a question. They asked him, "Why do the Yonko commanders have such bounties?" And Oda stated, "The reason why the Yonko commanders have such high bounties is because every time anyone in the crew or the Yonkos themselves do something as a crew, the crew's bounties go up. Okay. So it's not solely based off of just their strength."
Okay, we can also look at that, but then we can also
but I know Luffy's not a Yonko, but when he did something crazy, the rest of his crew didn't go up.
Exactly. That's exactly what Oda said in the answer. I just didn't include it when I just said it just now. He said The reason why the Yonko commanders' bounties are so high is because when the crew themselves do something, or the Yonko themselves do something, for the most part, everyone gets an increase. And then the example that he gave was in Dressrosa, Luffy did something, but everyone else got a 50 million berry increase. So that he was equating both situations as the same. That's what happens.
Even if we're not even talking about bears, if we look at like straight to like head-to-head matchups, we look at Jack, and he lasted what 5 days against Inarashi and Nekomamushi, right? Mm-hmm. 2 people that were on the Pirate King ship, right? So we can say that those guys are really high up there in terms of strength. They could probably be Nekomamushi, Inarashi. They're probably what, like 3rd commander.
Luffy said that he was strong, so he's strong.
Yeah, exactly. Jack is double.
I think they're like 2nd commander, but that's just me.
Okay, it doesn't matter. Like 2nd or 3rd is fairly close based on what we've seen. If Jack is going 2v1 with these guys, getting no rest. I mean, he was going 1-on-1, but he ain't got no rest. So as he fatigues, they don't. So they're not really getting 100% Jack either. So if we take it into that account, and then you look at Cracker, who literally got 1 fucking shot.
The main character.
Yeah, he got
one shot by the main character.
He got one shot.
He got 1 shot by the Emperor Luffy, bro. Stop.
Okay, so I have a question. So again, what's I say? Jack is the same as Luffy. You know, in the story,
I don't think
if you don't fight Luffy, you actually have multiple day fights. And Cracker is the same as Jack. As far as like having long fights. This thing, Jack, all that's what happened is Jack gonna fight Crackers, break them, make more, and it's gonna be that same cycle for days. That's it. Because Cracker will keep hiding and moving around, and that's it. And Jack keep breaking them. That's what happened.
So Luffy couldn't break the Crackers until they got wetted, and then he can hit them with the 4th, right? I think Jack is strong enough to break the Crackers without that. Like his mammoth size, he's got the strength to just break those. So I think he would definitely win that fight a lot sooner. And then if we just go,
because it was like how we utilize.
I feel like a swing of Jack's truck is taking out like 20 soldiers.
Nah, I don't know about that one.
Wow.
You guys are sleeping on Cracker right now. Y'all forgetting his arm in hockey and everything.
Yeah, but hey, listen, like I said, Cracker's trash. He's fought Luffy because Luffy said Luffy can beat this man 1v1. He needed help to beat this man 1v1. Like he literally needed to help him out. Otherwise, he was gonna get folded, low key. Like we saw get from Luffy. We all can assume the strongest forms in the story struggle against Cracker. But you saying Jack?
Yeah, Cracker would have beat him if Nami wasn't there. That's facts.
Yeah.
But y'all saying that this man Jack is low key stronger than Luffy, correct? Is it by your logic?
It's all about matchups, Hater. It's not Dragon Ball Z. Like, if your power level is better than mine, I'm automatically.
I'm not saying, because again, y'all say that. I'm not saying. Well, all of a sudden that Jack is going to run through these.
This is how you got to look at it.
I think Jack isn't running through Cracker because
Jack has the strength to break the Cracker soldiers, and he also has the endurance.
What's up, EOS?
Stamina on top of it to keep going longer than 30 minutes. Luffy had the strength and stamina for 30 minutes, but that was it. After that, when he wasn't in Gear 4th, he wasn't able to break the Crackers.
Correct. That's what I'm saying.
I agree with Luffy. I agree.
It's a long, like 10-day fight, and I'm getting it. And he can go either way. My mind can go either way. It's gonna be a long, like 10-day fight where it's gonna be a
what can I say? Some people base farms as Gear 4th level.
But you got to realize also what a tendency that we have seen from Cracker is that he got fed up with just clapping away for 12 hours. So
that is true.
Wouldn't you say I'll even give him the benefit of the doubt. Even on the 4th day, after he's been clapping for 4 days straight, you would think he would be irritated by the 4th day and would try to change up his style a little bit.
But if you can constantly keep making more, one's gonna tire out before the other, and then nigga can apply armament to all these niggas.
But that's the thing, though. We know Jack for a fact can go 5 days straight with someone that's on the 3rd commander level strength that has been resting for 36 hours.
Roofy. I can't say you say that. Yeah, I agree. Jack gonna beat one because it probably get mad, irritated. Like this takes too long. Rush in and get folded. So that might happen. So yeah, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
I mean, but him fighting Luffy, he literally had a time. Like, he was supposed to do it before morning. So like, if him fighting Jack without the time limit, things could be a little different. It's not to say that Cracker couldn't have kept going. He just and for one, too.
That's why I said
when Luffy got big, like when Luffy got big like that, Cracker literally saw an opening.
Okay, but let's look at it.
It looked like Luffy couldn't move, so it's like why not take a chance?
Let's look at it the other way. So we've seen that Cracker does not like pain. So is he gonna get one shot and put into like the hospital like the way the first time against Luffy?
No,
probably not.
It's not that he can't take pain. It says he don't like pain. I don't like getting shots, but it's not like I can't take a shot.
The thing with that is that if Luffy would have cannonballed anybody in the series like he did Cracker, that nigga's getting knocked out the same way. Like if he would have did the same, like hitting you through all that shit, you're still getting knocked out. Like anybody's getting knocked out from that shit. That shit is KOing everybody.
For that rule to even
Jack would have been Gucci.
For that rule to even apply,
yeah, maybe Jack would have been Gucci, but like other niggas, like niggas would get that shit is KOing you.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying in terms of defensive stats too, Jack is better because Jack took a hit from Zanisha and he's still.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, I think Jack over Cracker.
Okay, so now that we got,
I don't really. Were we really supposed to go down the Jack versus Cracker route? I feel like was that really your main point, Rufy?
Not really.
I know where it came from, but like I heard Rufy's point about this. Like he's making it like a different point.
What Rufy was saying, like no, what I was trying to originally say to Rufy was he doesn't know why Kaido's like if like back then the only Kaido couldn't compete or his crew couldn't compete because they were top heavy and they didn't really have nothing. Now they got Smile and Supernova, so now they're considered one of the better crews, and that's why he's a Yonko. But I'm saying you don't even need to be like average everywhere else. As long as you are top heavy, they're eventually gonna have to get to the top people. It don't matter if you beat Nami, Chopper.
Hold on, Ali. The thing is though, like fodder does matter though.
No, it doesn't. Because when does fodder tip a scale in a fight?
Well, because even Whitebeard was like, "Yo, I don't want to fight all these prisoners." When Buggy had all them prisoners, and then like, Kizaru didn't want to come to Wano because like, oh, the samurai. Obviously, every samurai like
Conqueror's hockey kind of negate the fodder shit because
he didn't want to do that because
he's not knocking out every fodder.
Every fodder.
No. Okay,
so every fodder is getting knocked out from Conqueror.
If they're fishermen, they'll get knocked out, but not everybody else. Actually, some of their fodder varies, guys. All right.
Wait, nigga, fishermen are clearly known to be stronger and superior to humans.
Nah,
Luffy did it. He only knocked out, like not every fodder was knocked out. Some of them niggas got.
Yeah, when Luffy was Conqueror's hockey only affected a certain amount of the fodder.
It don't even matter.
We also there were like 100,000 fishermen there, right?
Like Ali, you're making it seem like if the top fought the top, big man. If the top fought the top, Big Mom and Kaido, right? That's like saying everybody wins at the top, right? And then they would beat everybody else after that.
Yeah, I am saying that because I think people would be more scared of like, say you got a Yonko's crew and we don't like the Yonko not fighting each other, just the top people. If you have like, I would be more scared of like Katakuri, Marco. Like if they just had Katakuri and Marco, and they had like everyone else was fodder, I'd be way scared of that crew way more than I would be against like Big Moms, which had like say like a shit ton of like really good fodder, but then like their top tiers wasn't really top tier, you know, like their top tiers were more like secondhand commanders, where these people have 2 first man.
So hold on. So you're saying that if 1,000 cracker biscuits came up on your ass, right? You wouldn't be scared. Is that what you saying?
I'm saying you can have 1,000 cracker biscuits, but if I have Katakuri, you getting washed.
But they're on the same side. Like what?
No, but I'm saying like
we're saying an example.
We're talking.
I don't think you're getting his point.
Yeah, he did kind of just get in here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't matter how good you are if you're like if you're not the cream of the crop. Like, even if you have Ace, like, what is Ace gonna do against like?
Come on now. So
what is Ace gonna do to Katakuri?
Destroy him.
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Burn him up.
What?
I think
my original point that I'm getting at is like if we just go back 5 years, like we know for a fact the crews have been fighting against each other for the last 20 years for supremacy over one another, and they've all been at a 4-way standstill with one another, with Whitebeard's crew said to be like the strongest out of all of them.
Yeah,
but we know that out of the other 3, just like in Shanks' crew, like that nigga only has like 50 members, but those 50 members are 27. Thank you, CGK. Those 27 members are insanely strong.
Yeah.
Are you suggesting that Jack's a beast, Rufy?
Oh, of course I am.
I don't think that's what
I'm saying the reason why Kaido's crew up until the last like couple years, excluding the Smile Fruit users and all the supernovas that he has now, the reason why he's been able to go to an equal standstill with all these other Yonko is because he has 3 of those first commander level people like Katakuri. He has
actually, we haven't seen his whole crew yet, so you might. I mean,
we've seen his top. We've seen his top.
We've seen his top, but we haven't seen his middle.
Hey, remember they had Bob.
Nobody cares about the fucking middle.
Couldn't you argue?
No, but that's what you guys are arguing.
But no, listen, Double. From the middle that we have seen, they're all Smile Fruit users, and they've been pretty lackluster in terms of comparability to like someone like Montdor or Oven or Daifuku or Pero Sparrow.
Like I said,
so now take away those Smile Fruit users that aren't even comparable to them people, and they don't have Smile Fruits at all. They're even more lackluster. So wouldn't it not be a stretch to say that the reason why
until like the wedding, which is like 3/4 into whole cake. So we I would say wait on before we could say all this.
I'm going off of what we've seen so far. Of course, it's all headcanon at this point in time. But from what we have seen,
like I've seen this all the time that Big Mom's crew I just think is stronger.
It was already stated that Big Mom's crew she had the strongest family in the world.
Yeah.
She had 100 of them bitches.
In the Ace novel, it specifically states that Big Mom's family is the strongest family in the world.
I believe the strongest family.
Hey, wait a minute, Rufy. I'm not sure. I don't know. We haven't seen every family in the world.
I'll pull it up if you want me to.
The Monkey D family.
Monkey D family, I think, is Washington.
They got the Vince Smokes. That's a match. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
That's a family, isn't that? Why are you playing?
I'm just saying, White Beaker said all his crewmates has his children. So what does that really say? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Are you saying
but
for Big Mom, that's her real legit like blood ties family.
Like, yeah, I'm not saying like
let's be real. Half of them niggas homies. Don't lie. That ain't real. Katakuri is a homie. I'm sorry.
Katakuri is a homie. What do you mean?
Strong ass homie.
He's a homie, man.
I mean, in terms of like crews, I think Big Mom's would be the most versatile. Like I'll give you that, but I don't know about like strong.
No, it's definitely the strongest of the world.
But no, I'm saying like I'm going off of the exact translation of what was translated from the
Ace novel. But okay, so that was like family, but are they considering family?
Hey, don't make me say it again.
The family is the 87 children that she has.
Yeah, I know. I'm saying, are they saying that family and crew are the same thing, or are they splitting those?
No, from the way I took it, they were specifically talking about
family.
The 87 children.
Oh, okay, then yeah, I'll give it to you. She has like 100.
And then I guess like you can include like niggas that are married in, like kind of like Capone, but even though Capone's not in the family anymore.
I mean, if we look at all the families in One Piece, only the Monkey D family has shown to be, really out there.
Comparable.
Yeah, exactly. So
it's not like
three niggas is comparable to 87.
Yeah, because I mean, like,
but more so you can't. I mean, you can compare.
We can't forget about Roanoa.
We already know that Dragon.
Roanoa is one person, bro.
I guess you can compare.
Can't forget about the
family,
Roanoa
but the thing about the Monkey family is,
bro, they're farmers.
All three of them don't really rock with each other. Like Luffy's a pirate, Dragon's a revolutionary.
I don't know if they don't rock with each other, but
just like, bloodline alone, right?
Yeah, like the way that it was like interpreted, like that family.
Hey, what about the Frankie's family?
Fuck out.
What Frankie family? You gonna say the Zoldyck family or Uchiha family next?
Nah, let's stop that.
Hey, you go out here too.
My family talking about the Zoldyck family. Don't ever
can't forget about the revolutionaries as well. They got some strong ones.
I don't know. I think I would take the Monkey D family.
I'm taking the
way it was interpreted. They were kind of just talking about like how the Charlotte family is like crewed up. Like you can say like the Monkey like bloodline is stronger, but Luffy,
the baboons is strong.
Luffy, Garp, and Dragon aren't linked up.
They definitely
have different goals and aspirations, and they're all a part of different organizations.
Honestly,
I have another topic once we're done with this. By the way,
all I want to say is they only say that because Big Mom's in it. Like they can't even all of them together can't even fade Big Mom. Come on now. So it's really just because Big Mom's in the damn family.
Aries, here's my thing. If you took Big Mom's crew and Kaido's crew, you separated Big Mom and Kaido themselves away from that crew. Big Mom's crew is winning every time.
What?
That's just a fact. Yes.
Yeah, I think they'll come out on top too.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know about that one either yet.
You took Big Mom's crew, Kaido's crew. You separated Kaido and Big Mom from their crews.
Hold on, right now.
Right now, it's for
right now. Then I agree.
Oh, well, we've only seen like a third of the crew.
I agree with the Big Mom crew.
Yeah, Kaido. Yeah, Irujo already faded one of their commanders. Yeah.
Drake is taking care of fucking Cracker.
Drake is trash, bro.
Drake
is trash. How is he trash?
This is big news.
No. Yeah, I ain't heard all that now.
Eric, you already know where I stand, bro. Drake is trash. He's garbage.
Why Drake trash?
The real niggas out poo. You already know what's going on.
He's saying Drake is trash because
Apu is actually garbage.
Take out the trash.
Apu would be the deadliest of the supernovas that Luffy would ever.
Apu
he gotta
is
go.
in the trash.
Yeah.
Okay.
That uses sound.
He's garbage. Yo, fuck the sound shit. He's garbage. Get him out of here, dog.
How would you
get that shit out of here? He's like that broke. He's a broke version of the dude that raps in Naruto. That's who Apu is, fam.
You mean Killer B, one of the strongest niggas in
Killer B.
Naruto?
Yeah.
How you forget Apu's name?
Apu craziest jump.
I've never heard niggas saying Apu ever in my life.
That's like saying that dude with the yellow hair in Naruto. Like, bruh.
No, that's not.
So you're saying the nigga who trained Naruto is trash? Is that what you're trying to say?
No.
I mean, Naruto was training him a little bit too, fam.
Apu is a broke version of Killer B.
Virgo, check your DMs on Discord.
Look. Apu is.
I literally just looked at it as you said that.
No, I sent go to the second one that I sent.
Y'all gay.
I definitely have Drake over Apu every single day of the week.
Shut the fuck up, Harris.
That's fruity.
We know for a fact every time they've really spoken about the supernovas, they all included Luffy, Law, Kid, Hawkins, and Drake.
And Zoro.
Those are the 5 people that they always name every single time.
Nobody says Zoro.
They never name Zoro in that equation. They only name Luffy, Law, Drake, Hawkins, and
Zoro.
Yoru said this y'all capped as soon as he saw him. What is
That's a good point. They don't even mention
Rufy, I agree with you. I just told you to keep the same energy, though.
Bruh. I'm trying to tell
All I'm saying is
who had the biggest leap in the 2-year gap.
All I'm saying, Zoro got nailed.
Says who?
Says
not you. No, the Apu statement.
Hey, I'm just saying, big news is on his way. So whatever Zoro slander y'all want to do, get it out now.
Versus whatever.
Oh yeah. We in here today. We got
the dude that turned.
We got Jack boys and Zoro boys.
Got the biggest jump in the 2 years. Is that what you're saying?
He did.
He got the biggest jump. What?
That's what you said. You said Apu got the biggest jump.
In Bounty.
Yeah. I didn't say that at all. I said Apu's that nigga. That's all I said. That's all.
Apu is dirty. Yo, Apu is in the fucking garbage can, bro. Like he's trash.
How can you think he's trash? Anybody but Kizaru gets hit by that attack, they're probably dying.
Nigga. What are y'all niggas
Jack wouldn't die.
Look, bro, this man Apu watching half of Big Mom Pirates. What are you talking about?
My favorite character would be chopped in half right now if he fought Apu.
Virgo, I just think
wait, who would be chopped in half?
Luffy.
I doubt it. I doubt it. I doubt it.
All right, I'm writing all you niggas names now that are disrespecting and I want blood. When that nigga starts dicing niggas up, blowing niggas up, using hockey on them sound attacks, I'm gonna show
you remember like the first chapter of Wano where Luffy just fucking bodied the fuck out of that nigga that tried to shoot him. Like it showed like the nigga aiming at Luffy through the scope.
Yeah,
that's what Luffy's gonna do when fucking Apu's sitting there fucking singing and making beats.
We all know.
Hey, exactly. Luffy gonna crack that nigga like, I hate you.
Yo.
Oh, bugging.
He's gonna be like, nigga, I already got a musician.
That's the next thing I was gonna say. I already got a musician, nigga.
Y'all hate him.
He had a paralyzing attack. Luffy gonna be stunned. What do y'all mean?
Apu get a good fight. Y'all hating. Stop hating.
Luffy gonna paralyze that nigga when he break his spine.
When Kizaru got hit with that attack, he said, I didn't know that was coming. Like, he was completely off guard.
I remember all you niggas. Rufy, Ale.
And low-key though, Scratchman is gonna get that nigga because that nigga Luffy gonna start twerking.
No, honestly,
You got an headliner like Trash Drake. I'm telling you.
Luffy gonna start twerking and get fucked up.
Y'all gonna be upset.
I've always had a pool low on my list. He's right above Bonnie as being the last one. Then it's
Why is that disrespectful, quietly?
Hold on. This is the thing, though. Like, Apu's gonna lose, but he's gonna lose the kid. So how trash are y'all gonna say he is?
He's still garbage.
I kind of agree to that because those niggas hate each other.
No, they exactly they.
The character design is trash. His powers are trash. His long arms are trash. He's garbage.
Quietly loud. I've never heard
trash. He's garbage,
bro. This bad Apu is beating Zoro.
You speak like this.
Not act all crazy.
Hey, wait, quietly loud. I got a serious question for you. What is Zoro doing against that sound attack?
He's slicing this nigga in half.
Zoro beats him right now.
Zoro's getting diced the fuck up.
Strong too.
You wish Zoro would get diced up. You wish.
Centaur you.
They're all
This
gonna
man
have
Zoro got pushed by Bonnie. How is he not getting diced by Apu?
Yo, Apu would have died to that baboon.
Yeah, Bonnie definitely beats Apu though. That's nice.
Oh man, Apu.
Bonnie is top
most of the Supernova.
Yeah, y'all sleep on Bonnie.
Yeah, Bonnie doesn't even touch you to trigger you to attack. That's so broken.
They don't care about her.
She does have an area of effect. It's kind of crazy.
Exactly. So she's way over Drake. That's the one. What else?
What else?
Hey, Blackbeard told Bonnie that you're too weak to be in my group, but you can be my bitch.
What does that have to do with anything?
Bonnie's trash.
Because
Bonnie's not trash. Split Zoro.
Do you think Blackbeard?
Why the fuck did all of us get dropped?
Yeah, everybody got
You too.
I'm just saying, y'all seen a nigga who elbows turned into a damn trombone. Like get out of here with that shit, bro.
Don't have him pull school arts clarinet.
That shit is not cool. Like I don't care what niggas say. It's not cool, bro. It doesn't. It's not aesthetically pleasing. It's rude.
In case you forgot.
Hey, quietly loud. You gonna be real shook when that nigga turn into a cello.
Fuck you, definitely. Turn into a bass, all that shit, bro.
Then they're like, you charge my drum set?
Yo, this nigga just said yes. Turn into a bass and all that shit. Are y'all niggas really like? Y'all serious right now? Are y'all serious, bro?
Table, bro.
Oh shit! Here come big news.
Bro.
Hey, wait, Virgo, what's the topic?
Yo, big news, bro.
We definitely went way off topic. You talking about the topic I had earlier?
Yeah.
Yeah, you said you got one after.
Yeah, so I was talking about we were talking about Dragon. That's why I thought of it. I was also thinking about how Blackbeard introduced us 2 billion berries, right?
Yeah,
so
Dragon like 5.
That's where I was going with this. What is Dragon if he's the world's most wanted man? Like shit.
Like 5. Gotta be like 5 plus or 5.
His is triple in Blackbeard.
I think
it's probably like 700 mil.
This nigga's the world's biggest terrorist. There's got to be something outrageous.
In terms of like,
this nigga running through all Akbar in the world government.
You gotta remember, Salvo's bounty was only like 602, and he's like second in command, bro.
That was
but they didn't even think he was alive, dog. They didn't even think he was alive.
I know, but he wasn't the most wanted man.
I don't even think you gotta realize too. They said that 602 million was Sabo's first bounty.
20
billion. I don't think Dragon has a bounty set. Like I think it's just whatever the government give you anything for. He
said he got a variable on this.
Nah, he
X, Y, and Z buried.
Willy Wonka golden ticket. That's what he is.
Bounty is just gonna be. It's gonna be one variable.
Hold on, hey J Hunt, can you turn up big news a little bit?
His bounty is a straight blank check. Like you just bring it in. Like we giving you whatever, my guy.
Oh, figure it out.
You want to be that? What's that dude's name in the Reverie? The last Reverie chapter we got.
Hey J Hunt, you heard me?
King
Taco? Yeah. You want to be emo?
Can you turn up big news a little bit?
Turn me all the way up.
Nah, don't turn him all the way up. Don't do it.
I heard that nigga now.
Yeah, Eric, you know what time it is.
Tell more Bonnie that bitch, bro.
As I was saying.
So you're not gonna speak, all right?
No, my girl just walked in.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, he got scary now. He don't want to talk about anime in front of his girl.
Hey,
Isn't that crazy?
I'm pretty sure she'd be hearing it, man.
you gotta you know.
What do you mean Zoro's not gonna be the Pirate King?
Hey, she be in the back goes Zoro. She know what time it is.
Nah, speaking about Zoro, what y'all think Zoro's gonna be at Barry bounty wise after this? You think he hits $1 billion?
I think he doubles.
He has
$1 billion.
He has to hit $1 billion.
I don't think
That
you guys are hitting $1 billion.
Captain Curry has $1 billion, and Luffy beats Kaido.
It's gonna be the same
Hopefully,
as
we all agree.
No,
He has to be $1 billion.
I'm gonna tell you guys this right now. That
You could have said Jack, and I would have been like, yeah,
750.
cool. But you
Zoro's
said
getting
Captain Curry,
700 mil out.
Oh,
at
Zoro
best.
hits $1
If
billion, Luffy's gonna
Luffy
go up.
beats Kaido, and his right hand is Zoro, everybody else Yonkos have a right hand of $1 billion. Why wouldn't Zoro?
Oh, if he gets $1 billion,
Simple question.
he gets
Simple
like,
question.
you know,
I mean, Luffy's the emperor now.
Depends how Kaido goes down. If Kaido goes down,
I'm
1v1.
glad we all agree.
Nah, I said if Kaido goes down 1v1, then I can see Zoro. But
Kaido could go down 6v1, and the story's gonna say Luffy did it.
Exactly, that's right.
I mean, that's not necessarily the case because when Doflamingo was down, they didn't say Luffy took down Doflamingo. They said Luffy and Law's alliance took down Doflamingo.
Well, it might seem like he did it, but
It could be the
Keyword,
same
Luffy.
where it says like Luffy, Kid, and Law alliance bring down Doflamingo,
It
or
don't matter.
Supernova
It's-
alliance
no,
brings down
Luffy-
Doflamingo. I mean, not Doflamingo, Kaido.
I'm saying Luffy has enough clout that they're
Hey,
gonna
that's all right.
Luffy pulled the win.
if Luffy could get Kaido, Zoro would get Big Mom. We both eating.
Wait, what?
What are y'all niggas on?
Hey, you heard?
the Zoro ship.
You niggas saying Zoro can beat Big Mom? Is that what y'all niggas saying?
Bro, I wish Hemmings was here for your Santor, you niggas.
No,
Chill
nobody's
out.
saying that.
What's he
Nobody's
doing?
saying that.
I was the one I heard just say.
Stop it.
Summon him. I don't give a
Hey,
damn.
y'all, hey, big news, Quality Loud, y'all my boys, but sometimes y'all just disgust me with this Zoro wank.
Yeah, y'all be tripping. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, he's got to. So like, what's nothing to? He's got
Yo,
to.
I don't know what you talk about,
I
yo.
don't see why
Yo,
people
quiet.
This
don't
man Zoro got punked.
Wait, no, here's interesting. Now, I have a question.
He's got to.
Hasn't Shilton Maro been portrayed as stronger than Zoro currently?
No.
Yes.
Never.
Get out of here, Virgo. Get
What
out
do
of
you mean
here.
no?
Yes, he has.
No.
Yeah, bro. Yes.
Hey,
I think Zoro would have had an even duel with that dude with one leg hopping.
I mean, I haven't
He
seen
works
it.
at IHOP.
When Zoro sees
Zoro might have
Shikamaru,
lost.
he going to want to fight him. Yes or no?
Zoro's
maybe.
getting folded
Wait,
by
what did you say,
Shikamaru.
Quality Loud?
It depends on the it depends. Well, I was answering whether he sees Shikamaru wants to fight him. It just depends on the circumstance. Well, I think he would want to fight him because he sees him as a strong swordsman. I'm saying Zoro's the fucking GOAT. That's like, I don't know what else is to be said.
I mean, I get all that, but y'all lying to yourselves if Shikamaru have not currently been portrayed as stronger.
Oh yeah, no. I
where
have
do you
not.
see
I have
that?
not seen that. I haven't seen that.
What are you guys talking
The
about?
only thing Zoro has done
We have not seen Zoro. Exactly. That's why Shikamaru has been portrayed as stronger.
Are you talking about in this arc alone?
No, period.
My nigga,
Shikamaru's already done. What Shikamaru's already done is more impressive than what Zoro's done to this point.
Stop like yourself. No, it hasn't.
Yeah, you talking about Wano.
Yeah, bro. What you talking about, my nigga? You forget Zoro feats?
The fact that Shikamaru can go 3v1 against Yonko and then cut Jack, who's around first commander level, is more impressive than Zoro cutting a bunch of fucking rocks.
Yeah, but
Thank you, Rufy.
Shikamaru ain't taking Luffy's pain. We know this.
Thank you. He's
What?
not.
Yeah, he folded.
Chopper said Zoro was one breath away from dying.
Eris, I got you. Shikamaru not getting out that whole Fujitora
That's
put Zoro.
Hey,
in.
nigga.
And then Nami said Zoro's usually the toughest around.
So you tell me
I need
Shikamaru
y'all to
went
wake
into
up.
a fight with Kaido, and like when the revolution happened, and he got out free that day, and he's still alive.
Shikamaru and his
That was-
partners.
But you gotta realize like that dude's old. Like Zoro's young.
Shikamaru is not
Okay,
old. That
which
nigga's in
means
his
one of them-
40s.
Yeah, that means he's at like one is at his peak.
That
And then the
means
other one's trying
that
to
he's
get to
been
a
at
peak.
he's been
That
at
means
that
he's kinda
level
crazy.
a while. That's what I'm
That's all that
saying.
matters.
Like Zoro, like their growth is big, like Kobe and Luffy.
So are y'all who are opposed
Bro,
to thinking Shikamaru's gonna
bro,
be stronger
bro,
than him at the
Zoro
end,
took
or
out-
Zoro gonna have some hype up?
No, we're just saying
Wait,
currently with the trail.
What
Shikamaru is stronger than
are
Zoro.
you seeing? Like what?
So
Y'all gotta accept that. Honestly.
Nah,
What's
I'm
the
not.
best thing we've seen Zoro do is take on. We've seen Zoro take on an executive to a warlord. We've seen Shikamaru take on a commander to a Yonko.
what about Fujitora?
Oh, well, hold on.
Thank you.
What?
So we gonna act like Zoro wasn't boxing Aokiji free time skip.
What?
Wait, what?
Oh, y'all don't forgot.
Aokiji free time skip boxing. What the fuck are you talking about?
Wait, was that a serious statement or a troll?
All I know is it was an even clash. That's all I'm saying.
What are you talking about?
It was an even clash.
You're not even referencing what you're talking about, bro. You trolling.
Okay. When Aokiji pulled up, remember?
Yeah.
After the Navy back arc.
Okay.
Right. They had an even clash. Then we seen it later on with Fujitora.
I can't believe y'all niggas think
this nigga is trolling, bro.
I'm not trolling.
This is why Zoro's
in the story.
We
seen what happened.
Bro, he turned this nigga Zoro into a dream pop.
My nigga.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I'm just talking about that clash. Like, of course, like Zoro got frozen and all that. I'm just talking about that clash.
Oh, you talking about freezing? You talking about the Yeti Cool Bros?
His favorite character.
Yeti Cool Bros.
Oh, Yeti Cool Bros. What do you mean? Zoro likes to sleep. Zoro likes to sleep. Zoro likes to sleep. Come on now. We all know this.
You got put to sleep because he trash.
This man Zoro got blitzed by body though.
Oh, y'all trolling, man. What is this nonsense?
Now he's really.
He was injured on that arc. Let's not do that.
What is this nonsense? Why y'all got to troll when it comes to Zoro?
He's better than Drake, my nigga. Like, come
Look,
on.
man, I can't respect somebody who seen on.
What the hell is going? Virgo, you was kicking niggas out the stream.
That wasn't me. Kick me.
I was a kick.
If you're on your phone,
like, what you mean, nigga? Kick me.
Nigga can't take the heat, boy.
If it's on your phone,
someone echoing.
We gonna
this man Virgo trash.
I'm preaching that
trash.
My trash and kick me, nigga.
Yo,
can we just like kick Virgo out of here? Like, we got this.
No.
Look how they do. Why you do my man's hater like that, bro?
I'm just saying. Listen, no, fam. This man's stream. No. It's his own stream. He got kicked out. Oh yeah, Eris, I'm here.
The red sniper guy.
Man, it be like that sometimes. But I gotta. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to talk about this too much longer. But Shoot Tomorrow has been portrayed stronger than Zoro. I'm sorry.
Oh my goodness.
That's facts.
No, it's not.
That is not facts.
It's not
facts. It is, bro.
It's not facts. It's not facts.
Can I see
that?
Listen, Zoro's over here getting folded by the
They
Yeti
literally
Cool
just
Bros.
gave. They literally just gave him an L.
Like,
he had an even fight with a dude with one leg.
Hey, Shoot Tomorrow now losing to the Yeti Cool brothers.
Y'all not gonna keep bringing up the Yeti Cool brothers. Shoot Tomorrow got a breathing power or something? He can escape gas now? What's going on? Them big old nostrils. Get that out of here.
man, he cut gas. What you mean? Because he's a better swordsman.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I mean, technically, fire is a gas, and Kinemon is cutting fire.
But not trolling.
All does is rob fodder villages.
Like, listen, without trolling, bro.
I don't want to hear you.
Drake already did all the hard work. He already faded the real samurai. He just robbing old ladies and stuff.
Oh no!
Like, look, without trolling.
Shoot Tomorrow is body and carrot.
Yes.
That's a fact.
Facts.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah, that's a fact. Zoro couldn't even hit carrot.
And if you
listen,
really
like you guys gotta like
Luffy
really look at it
out.
subjectively. Like, don't be a fanboy in like the real like subjective like view of it.
Like, I'm not even making jokes
time
anymore.
skip, like Zoro's feat, his biggest feat is cutting a mountain-sized version of Pika. That we can all agree to that,
skip?
right?
Yes.
Post time skip only?
Yes.
No, that's not true.
That is his biggest feat. Him getting bodied by Fujitora is not a feat. I'm sorry.
Bro.
He didn't get bodied by Fujitora. So I know
Yeah, I mean, all Zoro managed to do was stave him off. Y'all gotta stop using that.
Yeah, like
No, we don't.
He didn't beat anybody in the story. You're telling me that he has a better portrayal than Zoro. How does that make sense?
Thank you, bro. What are you talking about, man?
He got one up on Jack. He's a commander.
He was able to injure somebody that, from what we saw, Nekomamushi and Arashi could not do.
You told me
the only reason why y'all call Pika weak is because Zoro washed him so easily. That just means Zoro was just so strong. Zoro is just so strong.
Garbage. I'm not one of those niggas. I don't think he's garbage.
Zoro didn't even say that. This is what people. Zoro is so strong. He make other strong niggas look weak. Sorry, but that's what it is.
And if you look at it,
y'all niggas are wanking.
And if you look at it,
Shoot Tomorrow made Jack look weak, didn't he?
Seen Odin fight. He seen Shoot Tomorrow. He knows all these dudes, and when Zoro did that, he had his jaw to the ground. Like, what is going on?
Look,
Stop
man,
it.
Did Shutenmo not make Jack look weak when he diced him the fuck up?
No, all he did was cut him. He didn't make him look weak. It was a clash.
He cut his sword off. He cut his sword in half.
Bro, he broke his sword, his sickle.
Son, that's his sword, bro. He didn't make him look weak. He didn't make him look weak.
No named attack. That nigga did that shit. And
it was a sword slash. What named attack you seen Jack do? Oh, all right. Shit. What named attack you seen Neko or Iwasha do? Or like nothing. They have done nothing. There's no named attacks. Like, let's not do that.
Exactly. What do you mean? Zoro has like 500 named attacks.
I didn't say Zoro.
Your main character has a shit ton of named attacks.
I'm talking about the people.
It's actually 501.
That's the thing. And they haven't
lost
done
the
no
gas
named
too.
attacks. And
This nigga be like Tiger Slash, 1,080 pound Phoenix. You said? Like what? Dragon Twister. Nigga do a whole bunch of shit.
And they still look that impressive.
This man Zoro's even beating Virgo.
You got a move called Hawk Dive.
Believe that.
Boy, if you think
Virgo
he's
lucky
not
he didn't
beating
run up on
Virgo,
Zoro.
you drunk.
Sanji and Zoro both.
Oh, so now that's what we're doing. Okay.
That's a fact.
Yeah, he's beating Virgo. That's a fact.
Sanji would have beat Virgo too. We all know
Sanji's not beating Virgo.
Sanji's not beating Virgo.
Sanji's totally
Zoro has a better chance because he has a fucking weapon.
Sanji's definitely beating Virgo.
Sanji got his legs broken, fam. He's not beating Virgo.
Sanji did not get his leg broken.
Wait,
Sanji
was getting hits off on a non-hockey using Virgo.
And then on top of that, Virgo still didn't touch Sanji that entire experience.
Yeah, he didn't land out one hit.
And
bro, he wasn't even using
Sanji's
his
body was
bamboo
already
stick
fucked up to
or
begin with.
hockey.
Y'all niggas.
Neither was Sanji.
The thing, if I crack my shin when I'm attacking you, I'm not gonna beat.
Damn, Quietly got science.
Yeah, I'm about to say that.
They don't want to hear that. Oh,
Damn, muting people now, dang.
But no, I don't know how you guys are actually drinking this much Zoro Kool-Aid, bro.
Exactly, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you this right now. If Zoro's in comparison to Luffy, if like Zoro's say Zoro's 100, Sanji's a 98 or 99. I'm telling you that right now.
More like a raid 2.
Is that before or after the raid?
Before the raid 2. He's even with Zoro with the raid 2.
No.
It's hard to respect the nigga that
more frequently. What the fuck?
Drinking dick juice. Okay. We can't.
All right, but I want to hear Quietly Lau's point.
Technically, Sanji's better than Zoro with the raid 2 until Zoro gets a new sword.
This is my thing. One is like Virgo's main style isn't even just kicking. Sanji's main thing is his legs. That's his strongest weapon, his legs. If I'm a puncher, right? If I go up to, let's say Jay Hudson, right? If I go up, Jay Hudson, and all I do is work on my arms, and I punch you in the arm, and I break my arm. I'm not gonna beat you in a fight. If I punch you and break my arm, it's curtains, bro. There's no way you think that. There's no way I should think I'm gonna beat you after I broke my own arm from punching you. It's curtains, bro, against somebody who doesn't even. Virgo not out here kicking buildings with his legs like Sanji is. Sanji's used his leg against another dude's legs, and he broke his shin. That's it.
Now, for those that love Sanji, I want y'all to sit here and interpret this. Listen to this and listen to me carefully. Man, if that fight would have continued on, I don't know if. That's
a fact.
He would have gotten folded, fam.
He got folded.
Hey, I got a question regarding
and that's without the bamboo
thing.
stick.
If Sanji would have hockeyed up to the fullest, would his shin have broke?
No. He didn't hockey
if
up.
Virgo would have hockeyed up to the fullest, yes.
Exactly.
I knew that was coming. I knew it.
Yeah, we got one person hockey. We got both of them hockeying up. Like I'm saying, like.
Bro, my nigga is hitting him with Diable Jambe attacks. He hit him. Wait. Sanji hit this nigga with a jewel shot, and from what we've seen, Diable Jambe burns you internally. That didn't do shit to Virgo.
I'm telling you this right now. Sanji pulls out of Hell's Memories on Virgo. That nigga's getting fucked up.
Wait, listen, bro. The scenario you brought up, you had to have Sanji hockey all the way up against a casual.
Hold on, wait. Guys, question in.
You didn't even
I realized that. What changed between Sanji and Punk Hazard, Sanji and Whole Cake besides
nothing?
So he's still whooping ass.
So I'm asking. So
who was ass did he whoop in between that time, bro? Even on Fishman Island, with the shit with Wadasume, he needed Jinbei's help to get Wadasume in the air. But niggas sleep on that. Niggas talk about Zoro getting help and Luffy getting help. Sanji needed help with Wadasume, who's trash.
Sanji did, okay, Alex, Sanji didn't need help with Watatsumi.
He needed help.
Y'all not just gonna talk about the Straw Hat Saber. Y'all not gonna talk about the Straw Hat Saber.
So again, I'm trying to do this power show. So I'm feeling this Virgo.
Hey, what?
Hey, I remember Virgo go whole cake and beat something like Daifuku or Oven or somebody like that, right?
Hell yeah!
Yeah, Virgo's fully
The thing is, people talk about Zoro, at least like about the fights he had, but at least he has had some fights. Who has Sanji fought since Punk Hazard?
His dad
name me one guy.
Hey, my bad. Hey, my bad. Sanji's a fucking fader, bro. He fucking beat Bobby.
No. He put Raisin on a shirt.
The people that Sanji has fought are more impressive than the people Zoro fought, excluding Fujitora, where that you can't even call that a fight or a clash. Really,
that's a fight.
Hey, listen, I just heard Virgo could go and fade Oven Daifuku in one of the top fighters.
On some real shit, Oven and Daifuku not beating Pika.
That's a fact.
Okay, bet.
Well, Oven might.
Yeah, Oven and Daifuku might.
What is he gonna do? Heat up Rock?
Heat up and walk straight through him. Like,
I don't know.
Walk through him.
He literally walked through stone. We talking about, fam?
I don't know if you seen the anime. But he's walking through like
I seen that, but I don't think you understand how big this nigga
is. Pika just gonna let him do that, or is he just gonna appear and?
It don't matter. He's heat.
He did beat Don Chin Jiao now.
So what's the question? You saying that Pika cannot control heat? Realize like you saying like this man's heat off top. No matter what he does, it's gonna be heat off top.
You can burn the stone. You can burn the stone all you want. It's not gonna hurt Pika.
Okay, fine.
Daifuku's genius chopping that stone in half, man.
But he can reassimilate though. That's the whole thing about him.
He's gonna keep chopping that hole up until he finds him like Zoro did.
No, he not.
Bro, the genie
he's not.
Relax.
Bro, you see how trash of his observation hockey is? He ain't never finding this nigga.
That's a fact.
The genie is chopping up all that rock.
And it's gonna pop right back.
Hey, Daifuku, there's an argument for that.
Listen, the genie got handled by Yonji. Stop.
The genie trash. Listen,
He took a grizzly magnum to the face and popped it right back. Stop playing with him.
He wasn't even there. You know that, right? That wasn't even him.
Yeah, that wasn't.
That's his stone. That's what I'm saying. Y'all talking about he gonna break his
stone.
Matter.
Okay, so big news right now. If you rate all people we're seeing, all the crews right now, where's Pickett right now? Where's Pickett right now? You have to put him right now. Where's he at right now? I want to hear this. Not big news. So Pickett is good. If all people we've seen in the whole
and all the people we've seen,
yeah, where is he at right now? What would you like put him in between? Like you put him between like Daifuku and Oven them. Put him between
he's definitely not. No, he's definitely not commander level. He's definitely in like the lackey level.
No, he's like right under. To me, he's like right under Virgo somewhere.
Oh no, that's the thing.
So if he's not commander level and Zoro beat him and Shutamaru was fucking up Jack. How has Zoro been portrayed as stronger?
Exactly.
No, but the thing is, we haven't seen Zoro portrayed as weaker though. So I'm not gonna give you that.
But wait, so y'all just told me that again. So I'm saying, if Pika is not that good to y'all, is Oven good to y'all? Because Daifuku to me is trash. But is Oven good to y'all? Yes or no?
Oven's okay at best.
Yeah, Oven's decent.
Yes,
Oven is trash.
Over Pika.
Listen, bro. Oven like an omelet, bro.
I hate this dude.
I've seen Oven get baby shaked by multiple characters.
And get back up, right? And get back up, right? Got back up and actually that didn't work.
Who cares if he got back up? The fact that nigga was down.
Oh, okay. So the same way Kyle got baby shaked by Luffy, but then got back up and fought him.
Yeah, Luffy gets knocked down, Zoro gets knocked down.
Okay, thing is, Luffy was able to continue the same fight. After these niggas watched him and left.
Well, and he came back.
Yeah,
literally
caught their ass.
Because again, they ran. Literally, they hit him and ran.
This nigga ran through, put holes in Oven.
Okay, Virgo. So after young EGG hit Oven, what did he do? Did he stay there or did he go somewhere else and leave?
Of course, he dipped after he cauterized him.
Okay, Capone, what happened when he hit Oven? Did he stay there or did he dip?
He ran him
that
over.
nigga in the face and dipped.
He ran him over.
Okay, so no one's actually. No one's actually hit Oven and stayed for a fade. They always hit him and dip. Correct?
Correct.
Nah, Ichiji.
So how can so here's the thing. How can you tell me that oven is trash? So granted, yes, he got hit.
Oven isn't trash, but I mean, like, he's not anything special.
Ichiji put a hole through him, and then he called his brothers. No, he called his brothers. He didn't want no smoke with Ichiji.
Trash. I don't think it's good. He has been baby. I'm sorry, I didn't do that.
Hold on, wait. This thing, a baby shake means that he didn't get back up. He literally gets back up every time. And all he is pissed. That's it. Like he literally
that's not necessarily true. Washed means didn't get back up. Because Kobe got back up in Marineford, but he got a baby shake by Luffy.
Oh no.
Oh no, we're not gonna do that.
Did he not? I'm tired of these niggas hyping up the Pink Dolphin that they getting baby shake throughout this entire story.
No, he got one shot.
Kobe one shot Luffy in the second chapter.
Look, how did Luffy with that baby
Kobe
shake?
was an infant. Luffy picked him up by his toes and shook the nigga.
That's a one shot. That is a one shot. That is a one shot. That is a one shot. Virgo found. That's the one shot I found. That's a one shot. Not baby shake. Baby shake will happen on Luffy and Kaido. That's a baby shake.
No, that's a one shot though. That's also a one shot.
That's the same thing.
No, it's same. Jordan. No, it's not the same. Luffy was knocked out.
Nigga, bro. Kobe said, Luffy, I'm finally ready to fight you. He said, shave. Luffy said, Gomo, no, unnamed attack. Took the nigga out.
Virgo, that's fine. But did Kobe get back up? Yes or no? Did he get back up?
Well, technically, Luffy got back up.
Of course, I'm keeping the same energy. I'm saying he got baby shake.
Okay, so I'm saying Luffy needed help to get up. Let's say Luffy needed assistance to get up, like by Kylo's men. It wasn't Luffy on his own accord or his own energy. He got baby shook.
Luffy caused Kobe's hockey to bloom in fucking Marineford. He literally made that nigga's hockey.
Hey, an unnamed attack was an extreme situation.
Kobe got that. I feel everybody right now. Like I got hit so hard, I can feel everybody's pain.
He said Luffy like Kobe.
Oh my god, bro! That nigga was ready to fucking read the Rosetta Stone after he got punched.
Oh yo. Oh man.
He never stood a chance.
And now my nigga.
That nigga Kobe pulled up on Kiros. Man, he's strong. I wish that nigga would see Doflamingo.
The one leg.
Kiros is pretty busy. Y'all need to stop sleeping.
That nigga saw that nigga one leg. Oh, he's strong.
Kiros was in the New World his entire life and never lost once.
Exactly.
Hey, I actually have respect for Kiros. I'm just making it.
We ain't sleeping on Kiros.
I mean, let's not gonna give Kiros. Give him say Kiros is trash, but he lost his leg because he was a toy, not because he like lost it in a fight because he was a toy.
No, didn't he chop his own leg off? Yeah, he cut his own leg off.
That's what he did. That's right.
And he got caught laughing by sugar, but I mean,
that's right.
So wait, you gonna cut your own leg off and not cut the chain that was attached to your leg though?
He couldn't. It was C-Stone. It was C-Stone.
Pretty much.
The chain was C-Stone.
Oh, all right. Okay.
But no, again, what's that thing? But hold on, wait. This thing. Back to the argument at hand. I'll show. What's his name? Tomorrow, Loki is portrayed to be better than Zoro right now, just because at the beginning.
So what does Zoro have to do?
Jordan
to be better than shoot tomorrow then?
Listen,
anything commander level.
Yeah. Actually, not really.
Face anyone strong.
Actually, not really, fam. All you gotta do is just fight somebody else. Like you need one more fight, and that's it. I don't care what you fight. Just one more fight, and that's it. That's all you really need. Just one more fight, and that's it. No matter what Shimura does. Zoro needs one more fight, and he good.
If Jack pulls up on Zoro and Zoro does the same shit as Shimura does to him,
I'd be like, okay,
that's it.
I'm not exactly about Jack. I'm telling you.
But if I see that nigga Jack parry him one time, I'm just say okay.
Again, big news found. Again, always why I say right now tomorrow is because they said this man did fight Odin. And Odin would try to be a monster supposedly. Listen, Odin's a monster, right?
Hey, you know what else, bro? If I see Zoro do what Shikamaru did to Jack, but Zoro uses a named attack, he still ain't got it.
No, he got it. No, you're wrong. Listen,
I'm telling you, listen to me now. When Shikamaru and Zoro first meet up,
Zoro uses 3,000 worlds. He does not got it.
What?
Yeah, Shikamaru
Zoro uses his strongest fucking attack and does that to Jack. He does not have it.
Yeah,
oh man! Oh my God! That, I don't know. Disrespect. The disrespect right now. I mean, this man Virgo is a.
The disrespect.
Oh no!
You didn't have to kick him.
Yeah.
Hangouts trash, bro.
Hangouts just be cooking. Yeah, but I can't respect the nigga that we seen on panel drinking dick juice.
What?
This man Virgo is out here crazy. This man said that this man Zoro can use his strongest attack. It wouldn't do nothing near what. Oh man.
No, he said if Zoro used his strongest attack and it did the same thing that what Shuchimaru did with a no-name attack, he still don't got it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
All right.
That's what happens when you drink juice from Frankie.
Man,
as I was saying, I'm not trying to disrespect. I'm really not. I'm just giving honest, unbiased answers and criticism.
I can't wait. Watch. Tomorrow's gonna be like, I haven't seen nobody this strong since Odin.
Okay.
Oh no.
Hey, well, I guarantee it.
I can't wait till Apu comes on this hole and starts watching.
Who the fuck says that? Who the fuck says I can't wait till Apu does something? Come on.
When Apu comes on here and starts watching this, all of you niggas is gonna get it.
I'm gonna tell you this right now.
When Apu knocks that nigga Zoro out with a jazz medley, you gonna be sick.
I'm telling you that a jazz medley come around, he's gonna be biting niggas' heads off.
What I'm telling you, man, when he starts playing them keys on his teeth and all of them niggas start dying.
But listen to what he just said, Mike. No. Listen to what when he start playing them keys on his teeth, my guy. That sounds so Boots Magoo. He started playing these keys on his teeth. That sounds so trash.
I mean,
it sounds trash, but you seen the results.
Exactly.
And watch when Brooke play that violin. He's gonna come and save the day.
My nigga got 30. He's waiting for that.
I mean, people can hate Apu. I don't get.
I didn't even think about that. Think about that. What if we have Brooke versus Scratchman? Brooke versus Apu. A music battle.
All right.
A music battle.
Nah,
it's gonna be over with.
His shit does elemental damage. Brooke shit.
This never ever crossed my mind.
I just want to see. I don't care about that.
I don't think Brooke is Apu level though. Apu is a captain. I'm gonna give him respect as a captain.
Think about it. What are those explosions really doing to a skeleton?
Brooke was also a captain, but it's like Apu is a captain now of his own whole crew.
This is a captain. Barto's a captain.
Yeah. So I'm saying like one of them niggas could probably fade Apu, but I'm just not gonna say Brooke.
No, come on, quietly. This is the Pirate King's crew. It's the Pirate King's crew.
So is Katakuri weaker than them?
Yeah, stop.
Disrespect the royal of the sea, my nigga.
Oh no!
You know what I'm saying?
This is the Pirate King's crew.
I just tried to give Apu a good look and say I don't think Brooke should be able to beat him, and now y'all niggas tell me I'm wild.
Brooke fuck Big Mom. Stop it.
Big Mom.
I do understand. I understand the matchup though. The matchup does make sense.
Big News regard. Big News is my favorite character in the story. Big News is. Brooke is not going to be Apu. Oh, okay. No, Brooke not going to be Apu, Big News. I'm telling you this, though. Brooke not going to be Apu.
I'm not saying he needs to solo him, but when it comes to his power, that whole sound, can you hear me now? Brooke is going to be making his own sound. I'm not worried about none of that. Playing the melody.
There's no way that Brooke's not encounter Apu shit.
I mean, we got to find out what his power actually does.
Hey, I forgot who said it loud. This little scratch on it from Pigs.
He can chop you up with a sound.
But how does it work? That's what I'm saying. Every power in One Piece has a weakness. It's either gonna be plugging up your ears or messing with the music vibrations.
Nah, Zoro finna get fucked all. He gonna hear.
Yeah, he gonna start hearing music or some piano. He's like, who's playing piano? Next thing you know, that nigga arms on.
Okay.
He gonna get your air slash in his face.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. If Apu can do a melody, he's breaking Zoro.
Zoro sat there for like 5
minutes. Oh, you gonna hear it? No, if you buck, right? No, if you buck, it's a rap.
He play the whole. Because Zoro just sat there and let Apu go. He went through the whole, bro. No, bro, we stopping it. He played one note and we all in his drill, bro.
Exactly, one note air slash to the head, to them teeth.
Stop it.
Hey, big news.
God.
Apu finna be like, Pillars the Village? Yeah, Pillars the
Village. Right now. Niggas had 2 years to be training. Imagine how fast them attacks coming off. Boy, get out of here.
He gonna be like, you want to hear some music? Air slash. No.
Man, I'm trying to tell y'all, boy. Apu's blocked.
Oh man! All right, boys. I think we've talked about everything we possibly can. I think it's time to wind it down.
Actually, no, we haven't. Morley is open.
Oh, you're right. Go ahead. Go ahead, Jordan.
So pretty much, as Luffy mentioned earlier, there's a new SBS. In the SBS, we found out that Morley is 160 years old. Made the 5th level of Impel down because he was tired of being locked up. And then
I called that.
And he had, and his fruit is like a push fruit that can push against.
It's called the push fruit.
Push fruit, yeah.
And then it's implied like he was one of the more dangerous pirates 100 years ago.
Pretty much.
And he just joined the revolutionaries relatively like not too long ago.
Yeah.
That nigga was close to being a level 6 prisoner.
No,
that's crazy.
No, those things at the time, level 6 wasn't in there. He made level 5, was level 5 or 5.5, whatever.
Nah, let me get 5.5.
Yeah, 5.5 because he was tired of being locked up. So he made his own little area because he was tired of getting locked up.
You know, it's funny if you watch Impel Down, Ivankov does say that in the past there was a prisoner who had a hole digging ability.
In the SBS, it says Ivankov is really good friends with Morley, but he don't know that Morley was the one that made it.
Yeah. So Morley's there.
So all y'all that said Morley was trash was one that doubted the Revo.
That's crazy. There was a few.
They out here.
It also says
come away.
Gillette,
the butter fruit.
The butter,
the butter grill.
Wait, what?
The butter.
Gillette's fruit is the butter fruit.
That's trash. It should have been gelatin or something.
Actually, before I say it, she can.
That shit does not look like butter.
Create butter, pretty much. So like the air, pretty much. So she can do whatever she wants. Like she can make butter out of nothing.
That bitch a butter Logan.
Wait, who are we talking about?
Gillette, the one that captured Nami.
You remember the one that captured Nami?
I think she got like wings or horns or something. Yeah. If I'm remembering correctly, I can't remember.
You're correct.
She has a dope design. She has a dope design though. She has a dope design.
But really, bro, fucking butter. What the fuck, Oda?
Yeah.
I mean, all their fruits were based off of food. So, and her island was Butter Island.
Oh wow, yes, I didn't know that.
That is true. And we also on the VV one just came out too, right?
I think one came out about Karoo.
It talked about how she was a former Straw Hat.
Yeah, it has on there like in the VV cards. It's basically like for the most part says it gives us Jozu's fruit, which is the Gliss fruit. He's the shield of the Whitebeard Pirates. The vanguard of the Whitebeard Pirates. Vista has sword skills that rival Mihawk, and him and Marco are the heart and soul of the Whitebeard Pirates.
Wait, hold up! They said that?
Yeah. What else did it say? Marco was the commander.
Okay, I'm really glad Soap isn't here.
I'm trying to tell you, man, Mihawk ran away from a nigga that could give him a proper challenge.
Yeah, we know Mihawk. All Mihawk does is challenge underlings.
Yeah.
The nigga don't do nothing.
Bro got trained by a bitch.
What is Ivankov?
That's crazy. Hey, she's a woman.
Ivankov literally is a bitch.
We're not gonna do that.
Yeah, we're not gonna do that yet. Before y'all go up that alley, don't even try that.
What else did that shit say? It implied that Whitebeard was a part of the Rocks. It said he was a part of a certain crew over 40 years ago. And then what else? What we basically talked about earlier. It said that he had the world's strongest title even before Roger was Pirate King when they were fighting every day, or not every day when they were fighting a lot and going evenly.
I thought it was before the Great Pirate Era.
Well, yeah, the Great Pirate Era. Well, before the Great Pirate Era,
the Great Pirate Era started right before.
Roger died starting the Great Pirate Era.
Yeah.
So,
So those world's strongest titles don't mean shit. Anyways,
they should have named this era Whitebeard. Just incinerated.
We're not doing this again. All right. Before we get kicked out again, I think this is a good time to start winding down and end it.
Nigga, it's gonna end it for you. Kick all of us out of this.
Damn near. But all right, man. Thank y'all for coming through. Thank y'all for watching, man. Like, subscribe, all that good shit. Congrats to Jordan on his Dorian Broggy channel. They just reached 200 subscribers. Go follow the guys if you haven't already.
Hey, if y'all stick around for 5 more minutes, maybe point showing up.
What you say, Jordan? I mean, Jonathan?
So what? None?
What you say?
None, dog. They heard.
All right, anyway.
People who need to
hear. Yeah. That's when here, thank y'all. What the fuck it is?
We got some technical difficulties going on there, my guy. I knew it was gonna happen like that.
There you go.
Guess we still streaming shit.
What you said?
Wait, what?
You lagged out. What did you say?
I said shut it down.
Oh, okay.